and the golden voice of Neal Ruhl. Sit back and relax. It's time for your daily dose of Big D energy.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Big D Energy right here on the Woodward Sports Network. My name is Neal Ruhl. That guy over there, NBA champion Lindsey Hunter here in the house as well. Sam Flannel, Spencer Raxter, all of you in the WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Jump in there. Lindsey, what's poppin', man? D-Mac's down in Florida. He's getting over on all of us now.
Man, we're sitting here with snow. It was 80 degrees yesterday. It was 80.
80. I know. I was outside. I would look at there's D-Mac right there living his best life, by the way.
Oh, man.
That bum. What a bum that guy is.
Look at
Although
that,
we were popping on Saturday here.
Yeah, it was nice. It was beautiful, man. Shorts, outside,
Yes.
kicking it, and now snow. I'm depressed.
And now it's over.
Sucks.
OVA. So, hey, whatever, man. It is snowing. Jesus. That's it. That's all. Like, I don't know. We talk about the weather a good amount here. WoodwardSports.com chat thread, Detroit Dabber 313. Good morning, FJ1967. Good morning, Big D crew. Pete Smith also says NBA games are insanity. Man, if only there was someone in the studio that I could talk NBA basketball with at some point today. Oh, he's over there. That's right. We're gonna get to all that. Jalen Carter in town to visit with the Lions as well. Some Brad Holmes discussion in honor of Lindsey. We will have a Pistons edition fast break. Got to pick his brain on that. But Lindsey, here's the deal, man. And this, look, I tell you guys this. A lot of times we come into this studio, and even 5 minutes before we come on, we don't know what we're going to talk about in the open.
Right.
And just whatever's popping, whatever everybody wants to get to. And Lindsey, I was telling you, you're an avid runner. You get out, you still run. You're running in the streets and stuff. That's fair, right?
Yep.
All right. So I was at Planet Fitness here on the Planet Fitness studios this morning. I was getting my distance in, and they had the Boston Marathon on. So I'm watching it. There's a pregame show for the Boston Marathon, Spenny. It was like an hour long.
That's an event.
Yeah.
Yep.
So they're talking about this Eliud Kipchoge guy, and I guess he's like the overwhelming favorite. We have it on in the studio right now. They're still running, by the way. And I'm looking at him, and that dude he's built different. He just looks different. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. Look at him.
Yeah, he's out there. He's winning. He's 38 years old. He ran a sub 2-hour marathon at one point in his career. And I'm like, Lindsey, this cat's on something, man.
Well, we talked about it, Neal, and it's impossible to do something, to compete at that level with just all natural. I mean, I don't know how you could possibly do that. Like, I don't think that's humanly possible. So these guys must be on that, Captain America super serum. You know what I'm saying? but because, I run and I'm like, I work out and, dude, just to do the workouts.
To get to the point where you can run the marathon.
Right. Recovery, injuries, breaking down, energy level. Man, it's
the mental side of it.
Mentally,
Yeah.
It's almost impossible for us to think that this is all natural.
Yeah. So it got us to talking about it. People talking about a new Jalen Hurts deal in the chat.
Yeah,
by the
it
way.
just popped off.
It just popped up.
5
All right,
years.
We'll
5 years, $255 million, including 179.3 fully guaranteed.
Oh,
179 guaranteed, 5 at 255.
Yeah, so it's about 51 a year.
dude, why couldn't the Ravens give Lamar that deal?
I don't know. They don't. They're not going to do it. Lindsey, they've proven they're not going to do it.
I know, I'm just talking.
They've never done it.
But still, like, that's all Lamar was asking for, something like that. Don't you guys think?
Yeah.
But now they've made it even worse because now Lamar is looking like, oh,
Where's his league MVP?
In 2019.
Right? Isn't that the question?
Yeah.
4
It's
years
a question
ago.
I have.
doesn't matter. He has it.
Yeah.
I understand, but just because Jalen Hurts gets it, how did Jalen Hurts play in the playoffs last year? How was Lamar Jackson play in
Doesn't
the
matter.
playoffs?
I have an MVP. He doesn't have one. That means I was the best player in this league at one time. I was number uno.
Yeah,
He's
phenomenal
not.
year.
He's not.
Same style too, right?
Yep, same style.
Same style.
Jalen Hurts though, is a physical freak.
Some would argue that Lamar may be a little better because he doesn't have the weapons.
People will make that case. Yeah.
When did he ever have the weapons that Jalen Hurts has? Tell me, I'll wait.
I mean, his best 2 weapons through his career have been Hollywood Brown and Mark Andrews. Mark Andrews has been consistent for the record, but his best wide receiver has been Hollywood Brown. His leading receiver from the receiver position last year was Demarcus Robinson. I'll give you that.
That's facts. You're not giving me anything. Those are facts. What are you giving me? Those are facts.
Not a Lamar hater, by the way, just for the record.
No, you are just a hater in general. But
that's a hater in
beside the
general,
point.
Yeah. Which is fine. It's on brand good for you.
Yeah.
But yes, that's something that is out there now. So Jalen Hurts, he's locked up. And again, Spenmo, I turn and I look at you. Is Jared Goff a better deal today than he was before this morning?
Yes.
Yeah, but you can't look at what he is today because his time is coming.
What he is today is what he is this year and what he is next year, too.
His time is coming. Is he going to play? You think he's going to play on a 1-year deal next year? You don't think he's going to? I don't think he will.
I don't know.
He's not
Yesterday's price is not today's price.
He's not going to do that.
Price of a brick going up.
Especially, let's just say the Lions.
Yesterday's prices are not today's prices. That's a great
Let's say the Lions win the division, win a playoff game. Jared Goff is going to come back and sit down in front of everybody, and he's going to do the LeBron James. He's going to put a crown on his head. And he's going to say,
and justifiably so.
And he's going to say, Danny Dimes got $40 million.
Mm-hmm. Right. Justifiably so.
Right.
And Spenmo, I don't know why I immediately went to that. It's like I was hardwired that way.
Yeah.
I don't know why I immediately went to that, but it did because I know that's what it's going to come back to at some point. So let's cut the ish and get out there to it. How does this impact Jared Goff? We go to Spenmo Raxter, the noted Goff, quote, truther, self-appointed.
Yeah, I mean, I'm where I've always been. You're not re-signing him because he's going to be at $45 million at least, and I'm good. I'm good on that.
You want a quarterback?
I wouldn't mind one. I'm not mad if they take one, as long as it's not Will Levis.
I'm with you on that.
No,
I'm with you on that.
You can't be all that, man. No, I get what you know where we stand on that.
Still want Jalen Carter, but
what's that?
I said I still want Jalen Carter, but I'm not mad.
Me too, and we're going to discuss that too because there's Jalen Carter news out there as well. But we are going to get into all that with some breaking news. Obviously, NFL breaking news with the Jalen Hurts deal. 5 years, $255 million, 180-ish guaranteed.
Yep,
179, 180 we'll call it,
yeah.
just for the sake of being round, I guess. So that is where it is, and you keep seeing it. So I wonder what Joe Burrow's going to get. And in the meantime, it's like I say, here's Jared Goff, one of the best values at the quarterback spot going.
Joe Burrow.
Tell me I'm wrong.
No, you're right. But Jared, I mean, who did you said who's going to get?
Joe Burrow. I mean,
the bank.
Yeah.
The bank.
From Cincy? You think Cincy's going to give it to him? They're
and you
cheap.
know what's going to happen. Well, I'm sorry.
They were cheap.
Cincy's cheap.
Yeah, they were, but they have no choice.
Yeah.
fair.
But you're already seeing
it. Super Bowl.
Yeah. You're already seeing it because the groundwork's being laid. T. Higgins, his time is out.
Yeah.
They're making their choice.
For sure.
But, and again, when the T. Higgins things come here, I'll preeminently do this right now, and then you guys can record it and play it at the time. Tell me the salary cap isn't real. When T. Higgins gets traded on draft day or in June or wherever, tell me again how the salary cap's not real. Tell me.
Yeah. And they didn't re-sign Jesse Bates. Like, they just let him go for nothing.
Tell me it's not real. You know what I'm saying? Like, 100% it's real. So these are the questions. That's why Brad Holmes is even further out in front of it than we think he is. He's got Jared Goff, who had a Pro Bowl season. Spenmo again, I use you to mark me.
Pro Bowl alternate season.
Pro Bowl season.
Alternate.
Borderline All-Pro.
He was very good.
He was great.
Yeah.
You said it.
Yes, he was.
$30 million. $31 million.
Yeah, I'm good with that. Good
Value.
with that. Not good with 45, which is what he's going to be asking for in 2 years.
No, he's going to ask for more than 45. He can cancel that 45. He's going to poo-poo that.
Right,
50 starting point.
Oh God.
But it could be one of those situations where, again, where I talked about when his deal comes up, he'll have made $200 million in the league.
Doesn't matter.
And-
Doesn't matter.
Hold on. I'm not saying he's gonna play for minimum wage or anything like that. But we've seen this before. Tom Brady did this his whole career. He did
But
this.
that's Tom Brady.
Yeah, he knew he was
I
winning
know,
chips.
but I'm saying though there is a precedent of it where you can survey the scene and say, look,
But
I made $200 million. We're in a good spot. I want to ensure that we can somewhat stay somewhat competitive in doing all this. I'm not saying play for free. I'm not saying be a charity case. I am going to get more than Daniel Jones is getting. Like I am. That is the baseline.
That's too much.
Spenmo, don't be easy.
It's too
Don't
much.
do this to
That's
yourself.
too much, man. You just said salary cap's a real thing. When has Jared Goff proven that he can get to the Super Bowl when he has an all-star team around him? You can't afford an all-star team if you're paying him $40 million.
Then Spenmo, then like for your people, then we can just cut that off right now because
Cool.
Spenmo's all for it.
no, we can just cut it off right now because it's always going to be something. You know, when has he got to? If he does it with the Lions, you're going to run the same argument back.
Well, yeah, because they have the financial flexibility to move around and get pieces to put him in that position. And
Right,
if you sign him to $45 million,
if he takes the
you
Lions
won't.
to the Super Bowl, you're going to say the same thing because he has a great cast
if
around
he takes
him.
him to the Super Bowl, Spenmo, you gotta.
No, he doesn't. He did that before.
Yeah.
He did that before.
Look what happened to the Rams when he took
It was
them to the
never
Super Bowl,
him.
and they
He
gave
played
him a
no
bag.
part in it whatsoever.
No, he played a part.
What, two
He played a part
touchdowns in the playoffs.
He
barely
played a part in
had
that meltdown in the
Yeah.
Super Bowl
Yeah.
too.
He played no part in the playoffs. I'll give you that. He had a good regular season, but in the playoffs, I think he threw one touchdown pass.
Oh, that's awful.
That's just,
You know what? But see, like that's always going to be the narrative. It's always going to be the narrative.
Well, if it's always the narrative, then it might be true.
It is. He was there.
So is Nick Foles. Nick Foles won a Super Bowl.
Yes, he did.
And lost
I'm
his
not
job
paying
the
Nick
next
Foles
year.
$40 million.
And then you're right. Yeah, that
Lost
is
his
the
job
Spenmo
the
piece
next
of it. And then was unemployable. He's
Yeah,
still unemployable in this
unemployable.
league.
I'm not saying Jared Goff is Nick Foles. I think he's a better quarterback than Nick Foles.
Oh, that's what I thought you meant.
No, it's proof. The Rams wrote the script. Like, he got him there with the All-Star team. They paid him, and then they were like, "Oh shit! Like, we gotta move on from this."
Yeah. So it's always going to be that way.
I'm cool with him at this number. Yeah, I will never be cool with paying him $45+ million.
But I mean, you got to look at it too from the standpoint that as the cap will continue, his value will still be there, even at a low 40s million, like a dollar more than Daniel Jones.
Yeah.
Dude, he's not taking a dollar. He's not taking a dollar more than Daniel. So he's gonna want way more than Daniel. I'll even say I think he's a good quarterback, but Goff is better than Daniel Jones.
I would agree with that.
Is Hurts 20% better than Goff?
Yeah.
Yeah. He
Okay.
is.
Yeah.
So then you agree then Goff at $40 million is a good number.
No. I wouldn't pay Jalen Hurts $50 million. I wouldn't do that either. Like, I'm not in the business of paying anybody for
What quarterback would you pay over $50 million?
Patrick Mahomes.
Besides him.
That's it.
I knew it was him. Besides him.
That's it. Patrick Mahomes, hard stop.
Spenmo, you're gonna be in for a
So
long.
if you're Cincinnati, you're going to let Joe Burrow walk.
Yeah.
You're gonna be in for a long watching career if you think that's the only guy. There are guys I think are gonna get overpaid, but then they may overperform.
Yeah. Joe Burrow might be another
There
one.
you go.
Joe Burrow might be another one that I'd pay that much. Maybe.
He's going to get 60.
Yeah. So is Justin Herbert. So is Trevor Lawrence.
Justin Herbert.
Those guys are going to get bags.
Yes.
Would you give Jared Goff 45 or would you give Justin Herbert 60?
Man.
These are the questions. This is the real life of it all.
No.
Which one?
Neither.
Which one?
Give me a
'Cause
rookie.
and I know why you're saying neither, because you don't want to say Jared Goff, even though you know you want to say Jared Goff.
Give me CJ Stroud. Give me a rookie. Like,
You would give Goff 45 before you. I would all day long.
You don't think Justin Herbert is better than Goff?
He's not $15 million a season more better. He's a 500 quarterback, Lindsey.
So you put Justin Herbert with the Lions, same team. Who do you think's better?
But I can't put Justin Herbert with the Lions because
No,
I can't give him
hypothetically,
60
you-
and have the rest of the Lions team.
Can't give Jared Goff 45 and have the rest of the Lions team.
Wow, we got a lot to talk about all of a sudden, don't we?
I'd rather be able to re-sign, Penny Sewell, Aiden Hutchinson, and Amon-Ra St. Brown than give that contract, that entire lump sum, to Jared Goff.
You got to keep Goff?
I don't. I don't.
Okay. Okay, Jack Harrington says, Neal, we are calling Sam a Walmart Lakers fan. We'll get Flannel's take. The big, hey, you were locked in, right? Big win for your squad, the
16
Lakers.
point on the road in Game 1, stealing it.
Austin Reeves the GOAT.
Rui Hachimura.
That behind the back from Austin Reeves to Rui for the open.
Did you see LeBron's behind the back?
Yeah.
Who did that go to?
Yeah.
Rooston Burke says Goff is a top 10 quarterback. I don't understand the hate. I don't either. We'll get to the bottom of it, though, because we do have a lot of news. I know something that Spenmo has zero hate for.
Zero hate. Nobody has any hate for, which is Cousins Band Lobster, because Woodward Sports is brought to you by Cousins Band Lobster Detroit. Check out their food trucks rolling around the city offering the tastiest lobster rolls, lobster tacos, and more. Go to cousinsbandlobster.com and search locations to find the Detroit schedule or download the app to order ahead and earn points. You can even scan that QR code right there and figure out where they are rolling around the city. It's Cousins Maine Lobster.
Introducing the Planet Fitness Guide to getting that post-workout glow. Step 1. What's your why? More epic energy? Better sleep? Blow off steam? Step 2. Join Planet Fitness for just $10 a month and get moving in our clean and spacious clubs. Step 3. Bask in that post-workout glow. Join Planet Fitness today for just $10 a month.
Join today at any of the 50-plus Detroit area locations.
It's a great day to get some Centron in your life. Okay. There it is. Centron, here we go. Gotta grab the cranberry. Oh wait, it's 2 for $4. Gotta double up with the classic as well. Centron World, baby. Centron, available at select Kroger's, and if you want to know how, go to @CentronWorld.com. You get dope like me. You know what? Why wait? Great taste, guaranteed.
Can't get enough Woodward Sports content? Head over to woodwardsports.com right now for up-to-date sports articles and great entertainment news. We have the best writers, bloggers, and coverage all at your fingertips. Head to woodwardsports.com right now to experience all Woodward Sports has to offer.
Guardian Alarm offers you customized solutions from real experts. Their professional technicians take the time to recommend security and automation solutions specific to your needs. They also have 24/7 professional monitoring. You can call them anytime, day or night, and know a Guardian Alarm team member will stay on the phone as long as needed. And of course, they have technology backed by people. Your safety and security deserves technology. It's been proven to work, and people who have been proven to care even care about Sam Flannel's flannels. How many straight days of flannel protection has it been?
256.
256. So all you got to do to get that kind of protection is call them at 1-800.
Stay out.
That's 1-800.
Stay out.
One more time for the people in the back. Call them at 1-800.
Stay out. Stay out of the second round of the playoffs, Memphis Grizzlies.
Stay out of Michigan snow.
Yeah,
Right.
You heard it here first, folks. So make sure you call them at 1-800. Stay out and tell them Big D Energy sent you.
We are off and running here, and some big NFL news broke right at the beginning of the show. Neal Ruhl, Lindsey Hunter, by the way, in for D-Mac, who's sunning and funning in Florida for a couple of days. We have Sam Flannel, we have Spencer Raxter. We are in the fold. Yes, it was 85 degrees on Saturday, sitting outside in the deck. Everything was cool, watching UFC, out with the fireplace going and everything. Spenmo, living my best life, knocking back some bourbon, and today it's snowing.
That's what it's all about.
Sucks.
Yeah, it does suck. But I'll tell you what doesn't suck. Being Jalen Hurts' accountant right now.
For sure.
You're busy. In case you just are joining us, Jalen Hurts signed 5 years, $255 million, 180-ish of that has been guaranteed. So the math majors in the house, you know what the numbers are. And our people at SpotRack just tweeted, as a matter of fact, largest total value NFL contracts right now. Patrick Mahomes, $450 million is number one. He won't see all that, by the way. Number 2 right now is Josh Allen, $258 million. Jalen Hurts is 3 at $255 million. Number 4, Russell Wilson at $242 million.
They regret that.
And number 5, Kyler Murray, $230.5 million.
Might be regretting that one.
So, look, I just cut the BS. We're not even going to talk about the Jalen Hurts thing, because let's just be real about it. Now we can have the battle again, and we can run it back again. How does this impact Jared Goff, who has 2 years, 60-ish million, 62-ish million left on his deal? One of the very best quarterbacking values in the National Football League. That is a factual opinion. Spenmo, mark me.
That is.
Okay, that's fair. See, you know what I like about when I have a disagreement with Spenmo Raxter, who, gets emotional and everything like that, he listens, he responds, he makes his points, I listen, I respond. It's a very adult conversation we have.
It is.
And I like that.
I appreciate that.
Did you get out on the golf course yesterday?
I did not. My spot got filled. It's rough.
That's grim.
Fuck you, Darius. He's walking around, with his friend and his dog, walking around. He's like, "Oh, I'm outside your house." I was like, "All right, I came out. We're just talking, shooting the shit." I was like, "Yeah, I'm hyped for Sunday." He was like, "Oh, about that." I was like,
"Oh, about." You got the old about that.
Yeah,
that's bad.
Damn.
Yeah.
You got to evaluate your staff.
That's right.
So obviously, as you would think, people have been heated about it. Jack Harrington says, "I'm bricked up for the Islanders game tonight." LOL. Get excited, because your excitement's going to be coming to an end with the New York Islanders soon. So there is that, and there is lots of Jared Goff discussion, and that's what it is. Cornelius T. Jesus Christ. So Patrick Mahomes must be the whole team and has absolutely no help whatsoever. They did have to make a choice. Sam Flannel. Again, tell me the cap's not real. Who they have to send on their way?
Orlando Brown Jr. and Frank Clark.
And Tyreek Hill.
Hey, but what did they do without Tyreek Hill? Year 1 after Tyreek Hill. Didn't even miss a beat.
And I believe that's what the Eagles are doing right now too, Lindsey.
Sort of like Tom Brady. Sometimes more is, less is more.
Sure.
He gets lesser players and turn them into get more production. I mean, that's what GOATs do.
Right. And So again, Theo says they need a cap on these ridiculous salaries. What will they do?
Yeah, the salary cap.
But what's the most important position is going to get all the money?
Yeah, what he's talking about. He got caps.
Right. So, it is. It's one of those things. Theo also had a good point, too, and I was curious to get Spenmo's take on it. That, because people are questioning, because we just got right down to it. What does it mean for Jared Goff? What are you comfortable paying Jared Goff? And I put it out there right now to Spenmo. I said, right now on the table, if you could extend Goff for 2 more years at 45, he'll play these 2 years at his number, and then you lock him in for 2 years, post that at $45 million per. Would you do that right now? Would you do it right now, Lindsey?
If he was a 49er?
Sure.
Probably not.
Hell yeah.
Okay,
good luck.
Well, because here's the difference, though. Because my 49er team, the way we're constructed, we don't need a guy like that overvalues himself and thinks that he can get the job. We just need you to get that ball.
You do need a quarterback, though.
No, we need a quarterback.
You can't have a running back playing quarterback in a playoff game and expect to win.
No, I didn't say we didn't need a quarterback. We need a quarterback, but we don't need a guy that's overvalued that we think that can go out and throw the ball 55 times and win us a game. No, we just need you to get it out to the flats with my running back. I need you to hit my tight end over the middle. I need you to be able to make certain throws and read really fast, right? Brock Purdy. I need you to be Brock Purdy. I don't need you to be, one of these.
Brock Purdy with a healthy UCL?
Yeah,
or in his current state.
I need him healthy. Well,
that's part of the package, man.
It is. And so when we have a healthy Brock Purdy, we're probably Super Bowl favorites.
All right, then let's put it this way then. And this.
So you think I'm gonna pay Brock Purdy $50 million?
No.
Oh, that's what I'm. Okay.
No, Lindsey. He's still on his rookie contract.
No, after the rookie contract, I wouldn't pay him.
It depends on how he performs. Like if I can't win without him. then yeah, you got to look at it. You have to. Because let me ask you this, Lindsey.
Not playing Brock Purdy like.
Let me ask you this, and I hope that I believe the Lions and the 49ers are on the same highway right now. Now the 49ers are further down the highway. They're a little closer.
Pump your brakes.
Pump your brakes. The analogy we always use, right?
Pump your brakes.
The going up north for the holiday weekend.
Who is this male 313 to my Lindsey equals clown? You're a clown, male. All right. That's why your teams never got to the Super Bowl.
Ooh.
Clown.
See, here's the deal, though. And Theo had this stat, and I'm curious to get Spenmo's take on this. Theo had this stat. He said, Jared Goff has more wins over teams with winning record in the last 2 years than Matt Stafford has an entire time with Detroit. It's factual.
But see,
Dan Campbell does more than Matt Patricia. Like, it's not just Jared Goff.
Uh-oh. But see,
this team isn't Jared Goff in a nutshell.
But I hate when you have to go dig up stats like that. Like, he has more wins over winning teams than other, because then you're digging. Like, I'm looking at the meat and potatoes. What'd you do in the playoffs? Did you get to the playoffs? You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm looking at. I value that. All that other stuff, regular season is cool. We got to win regular season games. You have to be good. But let's get to the meat and potatoes. What counts? Getting to the playoffs, winning Super Bowls, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what we're shooting for.
So, but what I was getting to, and the 49ers, I think, are a good comp. Because we always talk about that, right? Our analogy of going up north for the weekend. The 49ers are up there. Like, they're on 20. We're 23-75 split. They're on 23. Like, they're there. It's down to one lane. You're gonna pass that old big boy that's up on 23 up there. Like, they're there. They are up north now. They're in Oscoda. They are. Lions are back down the highway. They may be getting to the Zwocky Bridge. Okay, like they're past Flint and Saginaw. They're just kind of starting the quote up north journey. But the reason I bring it up, Lindsey, is because of 49ers, and they've already mortgaged once. I think the 49ers have like one draft pick the next 10 years. Like they've mortgaged a lot to get Trey Lance, who's given them approximately 0 so far. Approximately 0.0. Blutarski's grade average. And here's the deal, Lindsey. They're in the prime, and Sam Flannel's on lockstep with me. And as a 49ers fan, I would think you are too. I believe that Nick Bosa is the best player in the National Football League. I believe that Nick Bosa is the biggest game wrecker going. If you just watch Nick Bosa on every play,
he's a monster.
He's a monster. The clock is ticking.
No doubt.
And the difference right now, they are complete. They are ready to go. Why haven't they won? What position?
Of course, quarterback. But
they mortgage everything once.
But it's just like everything else. Like, you can't foresee injuries. Like, nobody knew. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just happens. We lost 4 quarterbacks.
Okay, cool story, man. So availability is part of it.
Right. If Goff goes down, then what?
Then they're screwed too. But he does. But he hasn't.
Yeah.
But he hasn't. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So your lack of want for a quarterback is ultimately what's going to cost you guys ever winning a championship.
No, we're going to win.
You have to have one.
No,
you have to have one, Lindsey.
Next 3 years, we're going to win Super Bowl.
Even if it's solid. If you put Jared Goff at the 49ers, would the 49ers win a Super Bowl?
I don't know. I've
watched
Jared Goff in the Super Bowl, and I didn't like what I saw.
Would Goff win a Super Bowl with the 49ers today, this year?
Possibly.
We just got so many weapons.
Yeah. And Kyle Shanahan.
Yeah. And you have Christian McCaffrey finishing up at quarterback in the playoffs. Because that's what you had. Dude. Like you can tell me about this, that, and the other, Lindsey. I'm telling you what I saw.
No, I saw.
Much like Will Levis against Anthony Richardson, which I saw. I saw Christian McCaffrey playing quarterback for the 49ers at the end of their playoff game.
We saw that. That's very true.
I saw that right there too. I saw that, and both of these guys are going to go in the top 7 picks of the NFL draft. This, you know what? I'm glad you put that up. This is the quarterback spot in the NFL. That these 2 guys are going to go in the top 7 of the NFL draft. That's how bad people want quarterbacks.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
Let me tell you what's not bad. Spenmo approves of this one. Strawberry Fest is back at Big Boy. Guys, we've been around the calendar year, and it is back. The classic breakfast items, the strawberry hotcakes. Spenmo, where are you on the red velvet waffle?
Oh, I'm all over it. That sounds amazing.
How many? Next time we go to Big Boys, how many?
I can put down 3 for sure.
You getting soft on me, Spenmo?
Yeah, relax, man.
3.
I expect to hear him to say 4 for sure.
Yeah. I mean, I really could. If I push myself, I can get 4.
There you go.
Yeah.
See, that's a Spenmo I like. Hey, if you're not a breakfast guy, if you're not like Spenmo, try the strawberry bacon chicken wrap, which I had. Excellent. Cool off with the refreshing summer splash salad. And don't forget to grab dessert. Really, that's the point of the Strawberry Fest at Big Boy. The very delicious classic strawberry pie. That's what started all this, guys. Deep fried vanilla Oreos or strawberry hot fudge cake. All that and more at Big Boy. It's Strawberry Fest. Act accordingly. Get your local Big Boy today.
Saturdays at 1 p.m. Make sure you're watching WoodwardSports.com for our new show, Chompin' Puck.
He shoots! He scores!
With 4-time Stanley Cup champion Darren McCarty and Michael Gentry, Chompin' Puck is taking the Detroit hockey community and giving them a voice. Pros to Joes. You'll get the best Detroit hockey coverage around. Chompin' Puck. Saturdays 1 p.m. on WoodwardSports.com.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men for an award-winning haircut experience and automatically enter for your chance to win not 1, but 2 vehicles of your choice, courtesy of Les Stanford Buick GMC of Ferndale. That's right, 2 cars, 1 for you, 1 for your wife, your girlfriend, or your best bud. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime, sign in, sit down, watch your favorite team play, and before you know it, your hair will be game ready. Let one of our talented, award-winning stylists make you look handsome and clean. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
3 NBA championships. Detroit fans were there. 11 Stanley Cups. Detroit fans were there. 4 World Series wins. Detroit fans were there. And that one Lions playoff win in 1991? Yeah, Detroit fans were there. Woodward Sports, where the fans are.
Neal Ruhl here for Chili Peppers Tanning. We find the cleanest salons in the D, spotless, sanitized rooms, and trained and certified tanning professionals. Join the Pepper Club. Get all the best deals. They'll beat the competitors' prices by at least $5. And don't forget to pick up the Australian Gold, Designer Skin, Cal Tan, and Spencer Raxter's personal choice Swedish beauty lotions.
Oh, yeah.
ChiliPeppersTanning.com. Find out which one of the over 27 Metro Detroit locations work best for you. The hottest bulbs, the hottest deals, the darkest tan. ChiliPeppersTanning.com, your vitamin D headquarters. Chili Peppers Tanning.
Chili Peppers Tan.
Absolutely. Shout out Fish. Neal Ruhl, Lindsey Hunter in for DMAC the next 2 days. Sam Flannel, Spencer Raxter also here with you. WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Paul Thomas says people will never come into Goff's corner. Goff could cure cancer, win the Super Bowl. There's haters everywhere. Desmond Moore says, why would you not sign Goff back if we win the division next year and make the playoffs? That's crazy. I don't know. Ask Spencer Raxter those questions. Don't ask me. Cornelius T., what happens if we get to consecutive NFC title games with Goff? So there's that. That's
what happens if I shit gold bricks? Like, tell me what happens when it happens. Not, what if Goff wins MVPs and throws 70 touchdowns in a single fucking season? God damn.
Well, remember we were told he was going to have a 5,500-yard season.
Yeah.
We were told. We were told that.
Oh man.
Lindsey's on one today. Oh, what about? Okay, I think this is a solution to the quarterback situation that everyone would get behind. Lorena Rios. Lorena Rios is like captain of the Milt Plum fan club, by the way.
Yes, for sure.
Always tapping in. Milt Plum for $5.5 million per year. Sign him now. As long as he's still with us.
Wait for it.
Last we've heard, that man right there, Milt Plum, he of the single bar face mask.
That's a man's man.
That's
right
a
there.
man's quarterback right there.
You know,
Lindsey.
he was ripping darts and putting down Coors at halftime.
You know he is.
Oh yeah. Man.
You know, and look at that.
Oh yeah.
Lindsey, that's all you need to see. Tell me that wasn't a strike.
Tell me that wouldn't look excellent with J-Mo on the other end of it. Just a frozen rope down the field.
Yep.
He's probably smoking Lucky Stripes.
Oh yeah. That's what it's all about.
Oh man.
Tony says, to be fair, Spencer's opinion should be removed because he wanted Malik Willis.
Uh-oh.
It's fine. Guess what? I still got a mic, Tony.
Yeah. So you will listen to every word I have to say.
To be fair, I thought Aiden was going 1. So, shout out to Jacksonville.
Brandon Katz says the Hurts contract also means zero chance Goff will get less than $45 million per, which I'm cool with. Again, I'm cool. Even at that number, he's still a 10% discount to Jalen Hurts. Still a 10% discount. You got to look at it from the accounting standpoint of it. You just do, everybody. You just do. Little more information. Mike G says Milt Plum did the 40-yard dash in 9 seconds. I'm sure that's what it was. More from Spot Track as well. Jalen Hurts' 5-year extension rankings. He leads the NFL now in average annual value. Average annual value, he's the highest paid player in the National Football League now. At least until Joe Burrow does his deal. Because that's the way this works. We've seen it before. Guaranteed at signing is $110 million, but the practical guarantee is $179 million. You got to assume he's going to be on the team for 3 years, which I'm sure he will be.
Yeah.
So there is that out there. So that is the big one. That's the big NFL story of the day. So we're just chopping it up. What does that mean for Goff? And for me, it's where you have to look at it, and I think it does get more realistic. I used to talk about it in the abstract, Lindsey, because I always got asked that question. Easy and I had a great bit about that, where Easy would accuse me, you want to extend Goff? Where I'm like, I never said I want to extend Goff. I have him for 2 years at $31 million a year. I'm cool. And I'll tell you what, man, right now, if I'm over there, if I'm at Allen Park, we're going to sit down and we're going to discuss it. If I'm Brad Holmes right now, I'm talking with the accounting department. I'm talking with our capologist, and Lindsey, I'm approaching the subject. Is that a fair take?
No, that's very fair, because you don't want to sit back like the Ravens have done and watch the market get driven to the heavens.
That's what I'm saying.
And they're watching back when they probably could have signed the guy for 45 at the time. Now you're looking like 45 is nothing. They're like, oh, they paid Daniel Jones 40. I'm starting at 50 now. And the market is going to continue to go up, just like you said.
So in essence, you're stepping to the crap table a little bit.
Hey, not 80% of quarterbacks that you sign under the top 5 guys is a crapshoot. Think about it.
Yep. Squishay1 says we now have more cap space than when we started. How? Well, that's because of all the restructuring that they did, and the cutting of Okuda and things like that. We've kept a running tally as we've gotten going. The free agency deals as well, very, very low initial cap hit because the Lions had such tremendous cap space into next year. They pre-spent some of that. Like they were sitting around $100-ish million. They've pre-spent about $30-ish million of that. So they're somewhere around that high 60s, low 70s mark for next year. So just remember that too for next year when they don't quite go as stir crazy as they might have gone before. It's because they pre-spent a little of that money. But I think it's one of two ways here. And Spemo, mark me on this one because I really do think this is the case. What we saw with the Lions and what they did in free agency tells me that it is time to ride, even more than we might have thought necessarily before. Because the 49ers now, first up, what do you gather from my 49er take now? That it's starting to get dangerous for them. Because you have your prime Nick Bosa now, and you've taken a swing at the quarterback spot already once and whiffed. By all accounts.
We didn't whiff.
Okay, so Trey Lance going to walk in that door, man, and you're riding now.
He's going to have to until Brock Purdy gets healthy.
Yeah, I wouldn't call it a whiff.
Yeah.
I mean, we haven't seen enough of him to say if he's good or not.
Right. But we know when Brock Purdy's healthy, he's the guy. You know that, right?
So then you did whiff on Trey Lance.
No, we didn't.
Yes, you did, Lindsey.
You said
you can't look at all the assets they gave up.
You said we whiffed on the quarterback position. We didn't.
Yes.
We didn't. We got a starting quarterback.
Yeah, but you haven't gone anywhere that you haven't gone before.
Yeah, but we've gone places that other people have never been.
We're not talking about that. We're talking about you right now.
but people, we kind of are the standard. You know what I mean?
But the point is, the reason that I bring them up in this discussion is because I think the Lions are in that similar spot a little earlier right now, where I think with this Jared Goff thing, if they don't extend him during the offseason, I think that they are rolling it up and they are going to make a move next year and say we are all in. We are going for it because we have all these young dudes on their rookie deals. Right. This is our window. And Sam Flannel, you're a Chiefs guy. So I'm going to ask for your take on this right now. The Chiefs, they made their move, right? They locked up Mahomes, and they said, we're going. And it paid off, and they won at the expense of Tyreek Hill. And now at the expense of Frank Clark and Orlando Brown. They have made their choice, and this is what they're doing. But they cashed one in, so they're playing with house money.
Yes.
Yeah, they cashed one in. Now Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid both have 2, and they also drafted extraordinarily well in this past draft, getting guys like George Karlaftis and Isaiah Pacheco and whatnot.
Nick Bolton,
that's another one 2 years ago. Creed Humphrey. These are guys that they've replenished, like future stars, superstars in the case of Creed Humphrey. So that's what you need to do. But yeah, the Chiefs, they definitely had to give up some of their players, but they're doing just fine. And also, Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid, they cover a multitude of sins. Chiefs are a little bit different because they have aliens at their quarterback and coach, but I get what you're saying. You can't keep everyone forever when everyone has to get paid.
Nope.
People Pleaser says, Goff is barely worth $30 million. Get a rookie and pay him less. Quarterbacks are more ready to play than ever. And so then I would say on that, sometimes. What's the true hit rate, though? Like, look at all the quarterbacks that are drafted. All of them. And you have to have prime capital to get a good quarterback. That's what the math dictates.
But what's Brad Holmes' hit rate?
Uh-oh.
With the quarterback spot?
With his draft picks.
No, yeah. I mean, obviously high. Historically high. This franchise has never seen a hit rate this high.
I believe in him.
I do too. And look, like, when new information presents itself, you have the right to change your opinion. When he decides that's the route that he wants to go, he's earned that with me.
Mm-hmm.
It's not the way that I would go. I would, if it were me, let's just go around the room, Lindsey.
Mm-hmm.
If it were me right now with Brad Holmes and I could get him at that 45 number, I'm doing it. I'm doing it, and I'm signing it right now.
You're saying right now.
Right now, I would do it, and I would sign it at that 45 number. Would you do it right now, Lindsey, or would you let it ride? We're playing a game that you would play on The Price is Right, I'm guessing.
Well, I'm always I love to go for it. I want to win now. Like, I want to win a Super Bowl, so I'm throwing my chips on the table. I'm trying to win right now. So if he gives me the best opportunity to win right now, hey, I got to do what I got to do. No? Yes, I got to do what I got to do.
You doing it, Sam Flannel?
Not for 45 just
He don't
yet.
want to win. He don't want to win.
What do you mean I don't want to win?
then what's your plan?
We got to see if he can follow it up with another year.
So you're saying because if he does, the price goes up.
Sure.
And you're fine with that.
God, it's a tough one. I'm kind of on the fence. I'm not quite where Spenny's at. I'm not quite where you're at. He's Jared Goff. I don't know how else to explain it. You might lose Ben Johnson if you pay him more. Other players are gonna have to be cut because of it. I don't know. I'm not comfortable with Jared Goff being the future just yet. I'm not necessarily opposed to it 100%, but I'm not quite there. Not quite where you're at.
Okay, so you're saying at the risk of paying more later, you're not going to do it now.
Correct.
But if he pops off and they win the NFC or they win the division and win a playoff game, then you'll spend the money later.
I mean, then he would have done it consistently.
So then so you need more data.
Yes.
And we know where you're at, Spenny. You're not doing it.
Nope.
Under no circumstances.
Nope. Unless he wins the Super Bowl and throws 50 touchdowns.
Oh, my goodness.
Okay.
No.
Easy guy.
You're never
I'm not doing it. If he wins the Super Bowl next year, I'd do it. Outside of that, no.
Really?
Really.
So even an NFC championship, still a no?
No.
What if they get to the Super Bowl and the team they play runs for 300 yards in the first half?
It's not his fault.
But you're still not doing it?
Probably not.
What if the team runs for 300 yards in the first half and he still throws for 304 touchdowns?
Okay, again, what if? But
this isn't a what if. We saw this at Carolina.
Yeah.
I'm basically giving you the box score from Carolina.
Yeah.
That was mean of me, and
I'm drafting a quarterback instead of paying Jared Goff $45 million. And I believe in Brad Holmes to identify talent and get somebody who's going to be the key to success for this franchise for an extended period of time.
All right, Sam Flannel, what if you need insurance?
Well, you go to Swiss, of course. Be sure to check with Swiss Insurance this week for your commercial insurance review. Swiss can help make sure you have the proper coverage. Swiss Insurance, give us a shot and you won't be disappointed. Email them at mark@swissins.com. That is mark@swissins.com.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on Shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
By now you know me, Christina Gennari, as the obvious choice in real estate. And you know my website, soldchristina.com, as your #1 resource for buying or selling your home. Myself, along with my amazing staff, pride ourselves on making your home buying and selling experience a relaxing and easy one. Come see why we are the obvious choice. Christina Gennari at soldchristina.com, the obvious choice in real estate.
Can't get enough Woodward Sports content? Head over to woodwardsports.com right now for up-to-date sports articles and great entertainment news. We have the best writers, bloggers, and coverage all at your fingertips. Head to woodwardsports.com right now to experience all Woodward Sports has to offer.
Back at it, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. Neal Ruhl, Lindsey Hunter in for D-Mac today and tomorrow. We have Sam Flannel, we have Spencer Raxter here with you. WoodwardSports.com chat thread. And quite simply, the show got hijacked today by the Jalen Hurts news. If you're just joining us, 5 years, $255 million, $179 million and change, practically guaranteed on the deal. He is, according to average annual value, the highest paid player in the National Football League right now. So this is where that position's going. We knew it. We saw it when Daniel Jones got $40 million. Just as a frame of reference, Jared Goff makes $31 million. And now Jalen Hurts makes $51 million. And I would contend that he is more than 60% of the player than Jalen Hurts is. I think that's fair. So the math works for me. I'm cool with the way it is. Some people aren't. Spirit Walker 77, don't underestimate the chip on Goff's shoulder. He still has a lot to prove. I'm happy to have him prove it here. Key Ozzy, appreciate you tapping into the show. Key says, can Swiss Insurance get us a backup quarterback in this draft, though? Clayton Tune, right?
Clayton Tune.
I'm for it.
I'll take Clayton Tune.
You know what's funny, though? We were talking about the 49ers and how they kind of mortgaged the future. And I'll have to do like a deeper dive into it. And I was surprised to see they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 compensatory picks.
Who do?
The 49ers.
Damn.
They have 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 total draft picks, but none in the first 98. They don't pick until the third. They don't pick until their comp picks. And I don't remember the free agents they lost that garnered them that return. So they have picks, just not top 100 picks. So that's the story for the 49ers, and that is where they sit. 3 third-round comp picks, a 5th-round comp pick, a 6th-round comp pick, and 2 7th-round comp picks. So, you know, maybe they will give another. I'm guessing they will give another quarterback a swing in the draft because they're desperate, Lindsey. Because you got to cash in because you got prime Nick Bosa right now.
We're not desperate. We have
Nick Bosa's their quarterback.
We have a sense of urgency, but we're not desperate. I wouldn't say desperate. You know, we're an organization of, you know, we're either winning the Super Bowl or we're losing. It's not about making the playoffs. So we're trying to hit home runs. Like I don't. Either you win the Super Bowl or you're second place, right? So all that other stuff is preliminary. If you go all in, you go all in. If you do what you got to do to try to win now. I'm always in that mode. I never will. I don't hold it against any general manager that takes chances to win it all. Like, I think that's what you work for. I mean, you say the right things. Yeah, we're building for the future. No, we want to win a Super Bowl.
I'm just saying, man. Nick Bosa's in the last year of his deal.
That's
this
okay.
year.
We'll sign him. We'll sign him back. He's not going anywhere. You know that.
Okay.
They have the ability to do that.
49er for life.
Okay.
All right.
They have the ability to do that.
Yes, we do.
Not if somebody else decides you don't.
They do. Because they're not paying a quarterback more than $5 million. They got 2 on rookie deals.
They are giving Trent Williams $27 million a year.
Mm-hmm. And he's the best left tackle in the NFL.
Yes, he is.
And Eric Armstead's getting $24 million.
And he should.
And
As he
and
should.
he's fantastic.
As he should.
Jason Hargrave.
And George Kittle's $18 million a
As
year.
he should.
Yeah, I'm just saying, those are the...
Sounds like a superstar group of guys to me.
Mm-hmm.
Right. It sounds like they're only missing one thing.
Until we're healthy. We're okay. We're okay. We'll be all right.
And the next year, you're paying Deebo Samuel and Trent Williams $58 million combined.
As they should.
Hey, yo!
As they should.
They're $13 million over the cap as they sit next year.
Takes money to takes money.
How you
to
getting
win.
Nick Bosa in there?
Takes money to win. We'll go over the cap. We'll do what we got to do.
Shut up and take
We'll
my
go
money.
over the cap. You're out here talking crazy. Yeah.
We'll do what we
Cap
have to
doesn't
do.
exist, right? Out here talking crazy,
We'll
Lindsey
do what we
Hunter.
have to do.
Out here talking crazy. Did want to change it up, though, for a couple minutes. Jalen Carter's in town, what, today?
Mm-hmm.
Jalen
Yes,
Carter's
he
in
is.
town as we speak.
He is.
Jalen Carter is in town today. Adam Schefter visiting the Lions on Monday. That will wrap up the visits as far as meeting with the Seahawks at 5. Obviously, the Lions at 6, the Raiders at 7, the Bears at 9, and the Eagles at 10, which runs congruent with his claim that he was not meeting with teams outside of the top 10. You know what's going to be funny about this? He's going early. He's going inside the top 10, no doubt.
Right.
And we're gonna have all these discussions and spend all this time talking about it. And everyone drawing their line in the sand about, I'm not taking somebody who's out there and a teammate died. You know, like, it's funny to me, when you're talented, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, and no one cares. And I'm not saying they should, because, Lindsey, you know where I stand. I want them now. If you gave me the opportunity right now to say, you can have Jalen Carter.
The Detroit Lions select
Jalen Carter. I'm cool.
Well,
I'm cool with it.
Here's the deal. People always have problems when athletes have problems off the field or court, right? People have bigger problems with athletes than they do actors, right? People have problems with athletes when they make a lot of money. Like, people say, oh, why are these athletes, making so much money? Well, because you pay to watch them, just like you go to movies.
Shut up and take my money.
So everybody, just because a person's an athlete doesn't mean they don't have other problems in life or they go through different things. The kid, he's young. We can all look back and choices we made in our lives and say, dang, man, I'm glad that didn't happen this way or that didn't. Things happen, man. You can't judge a person solely off a mistake they made,
Right.
He made mistakes. Like, let's just pray that he, learns from them and he moves forward and lands in he comes here in a good place where the environment is better. You have a better environment. You have people that'll take him on their wing and say, hey, dude, this is how you're going to do it. This is how you're going to be professional. This is how you're going to this is how you're going to maximize your ability to earn money.
Right.
Everybody wants to do that. Look at Tunsil. He was caught smoking a bong on television draft day, right before they were talking about him getting drafted. Look at this.
Legendary.
Yeah. $75 million contract that man
Legendary
just signed.
moment.
He signed. This is his second one.
Because he's a bad dude.
Because and he figured it out. Like, hey, I can stay clean during the season and go smoke my bongs on my own island now.
And go,
You know what I mean?
as long as I put my work in
That's it.
and show up.
Hey,
And
do what
ball
you
out.
want to do, right? Don't
Sunday
cause
night, go do what you gotta do,
Mind
man.
my business, keep my business to myself, and I'm good.
Absolutely. WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Tony, Neal, you do realize the Lions are going to have to start spending money to re-sign players like Sewell and St. Brown. Yes, fully aware of that. You do realize that the salary cap will continue to go up too. And for me, it's one of those things where I have a comparable product at a 15 to 20% discount to market. That's the thinking with me, where I'm at. Because you're looking across the league. Wait, You're already seeing it with the Bengals. You're already seeing it. Jesse Bates. Wait till T. Higgins gets traded because it's happening. Because they're going to pay their guy $60 million. Because you have to have a quarterback to win. You have to. I'm not saying you need like the greatest quarterback to win, but you got to have a serviceable quarterback to win.
You remember the days when you didn't have to have a quarterback, when you could put Trent Dilfer back there and had an awesome defense and win a Super Bowl?
Yeah, you can do that if you have a mercurial defense. Yes.
I think those days are over. I don't think you can ever get
Well,
back
even
to
the 49ers defense.
Oh yeah.
Like those names we just went over.
Oh yeah, number one.
Jesus Christ,
number one
man.
defense in the league. Right.
Yeah,
right.
No doubt. I say it.
But
I think Nick Bosa is the best player in the NFL, including Patrick Mahomes.
Ooh.
I wouldn't go that far, but
including Patrick Mahomes.
I mean, I would like to think that, but I wouldn't say that. Yeah. he's a close two, but Patrick Mahomes is that guy.
So was Nick Bosa.
Yeah, but Patrick Mahomes is that guy.
So was Nick Bosa.
Yeah, Patrick Mahomes won a Super Bowl.
2.
I mean,
and he had to beat Nick Bosa to get one of them.
Yeah, but
won. Anyway,
he won, so he gets the edge.
Sure, no question.
if we won,
and I get it.
Then I would give it to Nick. But hey,
I would take Nick Bosa at $30 million before I took Patrick. Again, if we're doing that game, if I'm constructing a team,
you're not taking
if I'm
Nick
constructing
Bosa
a
over
team
Patrick Mahomes.
at $30 million versus 50 plus million, whatever that number is.
Neal.
At the ages they are right now, yes.
Oh no.
Yes.
No.
Hey, if you guys want to play Madden, I can play Madden too.
I don't play Madden, but I'm not taking Nick Bosa over. And I love Nick Bosa. I'm a Nick Bosa fan. But I'm not taking Nick Bosa over Patrick Mahomes. I'm not taking any player over Patrick Mahomes right now.
Detroit Sports Tee. Neal either doesn't understand the cap or is too stubborn. Well, Detroit Sports Tee, I would say, how do I not understand the cap?
Why is he saying that?
I don't know. Maybe he watches Easy on the heavyweights. Maybe Easy's hitting him with that propaganda.
Someone asked, what's the penalty for going over the salary cap in the NFL?
Well, you can't field your team.
Right.
Like you can't go over the cap.
Right.
There comes a day, what was it, March 15th, whatever that time was, you have to be cap compliant on that day. Or you have to cut people until you are cap compliant. That's why you see all that movement right there.
Right. See, in the NBA, you can go over the cap. You're penalized.
Yeah, you can pay the luxury tax. The NFL, there isn't a luxury tax. You have to be cap compliant or you can't play.
That's part of the reason the Warriors got rid of Wiseman.
Right.
Because he was going to force them to go over the cap, and he didn't want to pay that big luxury tax.
No, and that's where it is too, and we've talked about this in some of the financial shows we've done. The difference with the NFL is you have owners that can write big checks to be put in escrow. Like when you see these big deals, like Jalen Hurts' deal today, Philadelphia Eagles owner wrote a check for $179 million that got sent to a bank.
Damn.
And is held in escrow. So the money is guaranteed. The money, he no longer has the $179 million. The owner doesn't.
He'll get it back next week.
Right.
He no longer has that. That check is written. That money's paid. Hurts doesn't have it yet. As the guarantees kick in, he will get it. So that's the difference where it is. But we're getting it pushing here. Big D Energy Woodward Sports Network. I was telling you guys I was on the treadmill earlier today at Planet Fitness, the official studio sponsor here of Woodward Sports. You guys can be too for just $10 a month, access to your home club. I'm over here at the one on Maple Road. Excellent. Very, very clean. Tons of equipment. I never wait for anything. I can be on a treadmill for 50 minutes putting in those 10Ks, and it doesn't matter because there's hundreds of treadmills. You're not going to be sitting there waiting for me to get done. You can just go on the next available one because they're all over the place. Same with the weights, same with the workout equipment, tons of machines. Guys, stop overthinking this. Planet Fitness has everything you need. This isn't on their script, guys. I'm just telling you about personal experience here. I know a lot of you out there joining clubs that are $50, $60, $70 a month because it's cool because they got a rock wall. You don't need a rock wall. You need open equipment that you can get on. And then a nice clean place to go take a shower, nice clean locker rooms, whatever you got to do after that. Planet Fitness checks all those boxes. It's just $10 a month. That fits into anybody's salary cap. All right? You want to be a baller? You want to be a shot caller? $24.99 a month, the Black Card. You basically own Planet Fitness. Go to any one of over 2,000 clubs around the world with unlimited guest privileges. It's Planet Fitness. You can jump on your computer, go to planetfitness.com. You can pull in the parking lot and join there. It's Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential.
You've heard of Gordon Ramsay. You've heard of Bobby Flay. But Thursday night Master Chef Brad Holmes will be in the kitchen with all of the ingredients needed to make a great dish on draft night. Join Woodward Sports for our 3rd annual Woodward Sports Draft Party, live at 5th Avenue in Royal Oak. The past 2 years, these parties have been standing room only, so get your tickets early at eventbrite.com. Don't miss out on all the fun with Braylon Edwards, Ryan Ermanni, Neal Ruhl, Darren McCarty, and the entire Woodward Sports crew. The party starts at 7:30 p.m. Don't miss the biggest draft party in the Motor City, brought to you by the biggest network, Woodward Sports.
At work and at home, we're there with smarter security solutions. Featuring complete automation with customized alerts and more. For over 90 years, we've been the company that's been counted on to protect what matters most, all with personalized service and care. Right now, for a limited time, receive a free video device plus free installation with a new home system. Guardian Alarm. We protect Michigan.
Since the dawn of moving people, Chevrolet has led the way. The world of transportation is changing. At Feldman Chevrolet, we are leading the charge forward. With every electric vehicle, every mile traveled, one Feldman at a time. The company that puts more Chevys on Michigan roads is now the #1 name for Chevy electric vehicles.
Keeping it pushing, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neal Ruhl, Lindsey Hunter in for D-Mac. Welcome to the second hour of the show. We got Spencer Raxter, Sam Flanagan. Don't forget to subscribe to the podcast page. By the way, iTunes, Spotify, Spreaker. Subscribe to the Big D Energy podcast. Give us a 5-star review. If you would be so kind as well, rewind the show, fast forward the show. Whatever you have to do. We got a couple of NBA fast breaks coming up here in the second hour that we will get to because we do have Lindsey Hunter, some Pistons questions out there that we will answer. Also talking Detroit Lions and what has been going on. Don't forget the NFL Draft Party Extravaganza, Woodward Sports, bringing it to you. 5th Avenue, Royal Oak, downtown, next Thursday. Eventbrite.com for the tickets. Pay attention to the social channels as well. I'm sure we'll be pinning the link to the tickets in the WoodwardSports.com chat also. And get it out there. But again, just talking the Jalen Hurts thing, talking the Detroit Lions, where they go. Brandon Katz says $120 million of Hurts' guaranteed money is due at signing. Yes, it's guaranteed. It is guaranteed. I don't know. It's guaranteed at signing. I don't know the dispersal dates. Like if there's workout dates that have to be met and stuff like that. That information hasn't been released yet. Guaranteed at signing is different than guaranteed due at signing. Everything is lined up. In all practicality, it is $179 million guaranteed. So that's as long as he is there. You're not going to be getting rid of him for $110 million of dead cap after next year. So practicality-wise, that number is guaranteed, the all $179 million of it Sunday. Greg Round says Neal single-handedly turned around the Tigers season on Friday. Easy. They beat the Giants. Easy, everybody.
Twice.
Yep. Easy. I'm not taking that credit yet. Javi Baez, though, man. Best player in baseball now.
Yep. That's how it works.
Yeah, I know. He's great.
We're back.
He's back, baby. He's back, baby. He is back. This is a fitting topic, though, and I did want to squeeze this one in before we get to the fast breaks and stuff like that. Brad Holmes was voted a top 10 GM in the NFL.
Number 7, right?
Yep.
Number 7 was the word. Spemo asked a question. He said, is this too much too soon? Howie Roseman, number 1. Brett Veach, obviously, at Kansas City. And I would say, and Flannel talked about this a little bit earlier, and it's something low-key that Flannel and I talked about when Mahomes cashed in that Super Bowl. You don't notice the work Kansas City's doing in the NFL draft.
Right.
You did when you watched the Super Bowl,
right?
Because you saw all these rooks out there
right.
getting it in and doing it and stuff like that. And I would contend that 7 might even be too low. Now maybe it's me, the whole, I was starving for food and someone gave me the Ritz cracker and I'm overvaluating the Ritz cracker because I was so hungry. But probably there is a degree. I'm comfortable saying that. Where do you see him at with 7?
I think that's perfect for him.
Yeah.
I think 7 is good for him because I think he's trending up. He still has room to go up. I think 7 is good. I have no problem with that. And what he's done in the time he's been here, I think it warrants a top 10 consideration. So 7 is perfect for him. Don't you think?
No, I would because of an historic hit rate, especially. I mean, again, we may see last year's draft be one of the greatest drafts in the history of the National Football League. And I got some pushback on that when I talked about it. And, but it was funny because when I got pushed back on that, it was mainly from Steeler fans from the class they had, where they got Jack Ham and all those guys, which was a great draft. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But they had 18 rounds to do it or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
If the Lions get to where this could go, if the Lions win a Super Bowl, then you would assume that this past year's draft class with Aiden Hutchinson and Kirby Joseph and all those guys, it stands to reason they would be main contributors, right?
Absolutely.
100%. If that's the case, man, this could be the greatest draft that this league has ever seen. Woo. It could. And as it sits now, because I see it on there right away, the people are like, well, he's never won a playoff game. He's been here 2 years, dude. This is where I get pissed, and I feel myself getting worked up already. For the people that are out there saying, well, Brad Holmes hasn't won a playoff game, you realize the first year that Brad Holmes was GM here, his highest paid free agents were Jamie Collins and Trey Flowers, who weren't even on the team.
Oh, hell no.
So stop with that. Please stop with that. Yes.
Stop it.
Brad Holmes is one of the top 10 GMs in the NFL. Brad Holmes is projecting, and he's trending to be one of the best GMs in all the National Football League again. And guess when we're going to see it in work? About a week and a half, live from Fifth Avenue in Royal Oak with Woodward Sports in the draft party. Book it.
I agree, but I don't know about, that's strong saying best draft class ever in NFL history? That's what you're saying?
If they win a Super Bowl,
that's tough. We got to do some research on that one because that's tough.
If this team wins a Super Bowl, to change it, Lindsey, in the span of 18 months, to change it to where your 2 highest paid free agents you have are Trey Flowers and Jamie Collins, who aren't on the team, and then the following year you draft the core of a Super Bowl team, then yes, you are the greatest GM ever. And to do it in Detroit, Lindsey. And to do it in Detroit. They should build a statue of the man. They should put a statue of Brad Holmes on top of Ford Field with his arms extended like that thing in Brazil.
Yeah, but he won't be the best You're getting carried away now. Let's pump our brakes.
You should pray to it.
Let's pump our brakes a little bit.
You should pray to it.
It'd be the best draft class in Lions history, but no doubt, right? No doubt.
It already is.
Right. No
Look
doubt.
at the draft classes.
Right, no doubt. So, and he'll be if they win a Super Bowl, no doubt he'll be one of the best GMs. I don't know how you because there are a lot of guys that have won Super Bowls, right?
Yeah.
A lot of GMs that have won Super Bowls that we look at and say they were really, really good GMs, but to say he's the greatest of all time, I mean, you're going a little too far. You're putting him in Tom Brady and Bill Belichick territory.
But we have this in here though. Brandon Katz, who sometimes I agree with, sometimes I don't. Today is one of those don't times. Says Brad Holmes inherited the Lions' offensive line. Any GM would have drafted Tool. Yeah, there were 6 other ones that passed on him, including a team that was desperate for offensive line help, who watched a rookie quarterback get sacked roughly 1,100 times in a season. Stop with that. You stop. No, you stop with it, Brandon. He inherited Ragnow. and Taylor Decker. But he also inherited the salaries of Trey Flowers and Jamie Collins. So you stop. Thank you.
Stop it. Get some help.
What?
Nothing, man. I'm loving your role. I'm loving your role.
I deal in fact, Lindsey. I deal in fact. I don't tell you what I think. I tell you what we know. That's what we know. And if he wins a Super Bowl, I'm telling you guys, put that man's statue on top of Ford Field. Is that too aggressive, Sam Flannel?
Yeah.
To have a Brad Holmes statue with his arms extended like that thing in Brazil? Is that too much?
No, I mean, if Brad Holmes, like you said, drafts the core to a Super Bowl winning team, no, it's not too aggressive at all. Because it's the Lions' worst franchise in American team sports history. Brad Holmes wipes that all out if he does that, but not a second sooner.
Then if Goff leads them to the Super Bowl, where's his statue going?
I don't know if he'll get a statue.
To the right hand of the Father. You right?
Oh, man. That's funny.
Spenmo, I have to ask you a question.
Okay.
I'm sad we're going to a break, but just real quick. I saw you shake your head there. Do you want Goff to win a Super Bowl here or no?
Yeah, yes, I would love for Goff to win a Super Bowl here.
He's still not going to
1,000%.
Because you look distressed.
I mean, I don't think it's going to happen, but I would love for Goff to win a Super Bowl here. Yes.
And you would, after he wins a Super Bowl, you're going to write that check?
Yes.
Okay.
But Spenmo,
there we go. We got it. There we go.
Your reaction to that, seated at the right hand of the Father.
Because it was funny.
You look distressed whenever we talk about Jared Goff having success. I guess it comes down to this. Do you want us as a whole to prosper, or do you want to be right?
I want the Lions to prosper. I would love the Lions. Nobody would be happier than me if Jared Goff went out there and threw 5,000 yards, 50 touchdowns. Like, that means the Lions are the #1 seed in the NFL.
And you're getting a number 16 tattoo.
Yeah, and I would be getting a number 16 tattoo.
Under your eye, like a teardrop.
No, behind the ear.
Damn, I tried to sneak that one. Right. I tried to sneak that one in.
Yeah, like, I would love for it to happen. Do I think it's going to happen? No, but I would love for it to happen.
Just like if I had a big project, you know what I would love for it to happen?
You would love for it to happen if you contacted Alta. Because at Alta, uptime matters.
Uptime, my bad.
No, you're good. You're good. Alta Equipment has everything you need to get the job done. You have a big project coming up. Alta Rent has you covered. Call them today at 844-GO-TO-ALTA. That's 844-GO-TO-ALTA, because at Alta,
uptime
matters.
Saturdays at 1 p.m. Make sure you're watching WoodwardSports.com for our new show, Chompin' Puck.
He shoots! He scores!
With four-time Stanley Cup champion Darren McCarty and Michael Gentry, Chompin' Puck is taking the Detroit hockey community and giving them a voice. Pros to Joes. You'll get the best Detroit hockey coverage around. Chompin' Puck. Saturdays 1 p.m. on WoodwardSports.com.
You're about to be shell-shocked. The catch of the day is in. Big Boy Seafood Fest is officially back. Join us for some of your favorites like our popcorn shrimp and pike perch platters and our classic fish and chips. This year, we've reeled in some fresh catches like our shrimp Alfredo, shrimp stir-fry, and our fish sandwich. And especially, don't forget about our all-you-can-eat Friday night fish fry buffet. Every day is a fish fry at Big Boy.
Hi, I'm Dr. Jason Olafson, DC, the founder of the Custom Health Centers, and we've helped thousands of people learn how easy it is to lose weight and keep it off with our customized weight loss and body contouring programs.
With Custom Health, you don't feel hungry, you eat well. My name is Simeon Timbuk, and I've lost 71 pounds on the program.
Call us at 844-789-THIN or visit CustomHealthCenters.com for a free consultation and get started for as little as $5 a day.
The Foaling Warehouse in Hamtramck is the home of the original football bowling pin game called Foaling. Multiple different ways you can play it. They've got $12 open unlimited play and private lane reservation for $120. If you get thirsty, they got a $2 mystery beer vending machine and multiple fully loaded bars for you to choose from. So make sure you go check them out in Hamtramck or visit them online at FoalingWarehouse.com.
Back at it, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neal, Ruhl, Lindsey, Hunter, Sam Flannel, Spencer Raxter here, chopping it up with you. D-Mac will be back in on Wednesday. But again, the big news of the day, NFL-wise, Jalen Hurts signs a new deal. 5 years, $255 million, 179 of that is guaranteed. So he's reset the market, $51 million per year. From an average annual value perspective, now the highest paid player in the National Football League until Joe Burrow signs his next contract. So there is that. We're seeing it again. We saw this run before, right, with Stafford and the Aaron Rodgers deal and that time when it came around also. We saw this happen before where the run on quarterback money, certainly, and look, it's the most important position in sports. We know that. And we're seeing it happen again, Lindsey. And it's going to continue to happen.
Always. Quarterbacks are going to make all the money. It's just the way it is. And whoever picks the best quarterback is going to win the most Super Bowls. That's how it works.
That is true. And Lindsey Hunter's team still waiting. He's a 49ers fan. Lindsey Hunter's team still waiting to get their quarterback as
we have
well.
Our quarterback.
All right, Lindsey, we're going to go a little more. We're going to go up your alley here. Spema was kind enough to put together a couple of NBA fast breaks, one on the playoffs. Sam Flannel can bloviate about the Lakers. Well, don't worry. We'll get back to the Lion stuff, everybody. We'll get back to it. Everybody just calm down for a second. How about a Pistons edition of the NBA fast break?
All right, sounds good. And with the Pistons season over, I thought I'd ask a few questions pertaining to next year, possibly. So first question of the Pistons fast break, is 35 wins next season too much to ask for out of these Detroit Pistons?
I want to see how the draft shakes out. I want to see what happens. If they do win the draft, they do end up with Wembanyama, I think there are going to be some unrealistic expectations out there where I think people think they're going to be a 50-win team, you know, which is not going to be realistic. It's just not. I don't think it's too much to ask if you give me Cade Cunningham for the season.
Right.
And we saw the value of Cade Cunningham. Let's be real. Like, people want to talk about the season and a wasted year and all that kind of stuff. If anything, I think, Lindsey, we learned the true value of Cade Cunningham.
Yeah, he's definitely potentially a all-star caliber player.
Yes.
But I think with Cade being out, it allowed the other guys to really come into their own. It allowed Jaden Ivey to grow throughout the season. You saw him become a much better playmaker at the end of the year than he was, especially in a half-court set. He's great in open court. He can do things. You know, he has speed, athleticism. I would love to see him improve his jump shot from the outside. He has to be able to knock down the three consistently, not just shooting them all the time, but he has to keep you honest. Duren was
mid-30s, right?
Yeah, you got to be 35, 37.
Plus, right.
Duren was great. I think everybody realizes his value. He can be a double-double machine. I think Wiseman's opened a lot of eyes. I think his value has increased for the organization. And you just continue to build and put pieces around him. With Cade added in that mix, man, I like what the future brings. I think there's still, even without the draft, let's just say we don't know what our draft status will be. With the core we have now, we should be able to get 30 to 35 wins.
I would agree. Yeah, I would agree. I guess the answer to the question is it's not too much to ask.
Right.
It's not too much. I think it's fair.
It's fair to ask. I think with the new coach, a healthy Cade Cunningham is at least 8 to 10 wins by itself. Yep. A new coach, they have some money. They could grab a free agent or two, and then a draft pick. I think you can make the case for it. All right, next question of the Lions the NBA Fast Break Pistons edition.
The shooting guard.
Who is your top candidate to replace Dwayne Casey?
The sexy pick, Udoka. I'm not hearing anything about it.
I haven't heard. He hasn't got an interview yet.
Yeah.
Kevin Ollie has. Charles Lee from the Bucks has.
Yeah.
An assistant from the Heat has. I can't remember his name.
Charles Lee is interesting. The player seemed to like. I don't know. You grimaced right there.
I don't know him.
Yeah. Okay. Gotcha.
Charles Lee, Toronto's Adrian Griffin, Miami's Chris Quinn, and Kevin Ollie.
I know AG. I know Kevin Ollie.
Kevin Ollie. Like, where's he been as of late?
G League.
He was in the G League. Overtime elite or something like that?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, it's interesting. I don't know. I think as a whole, I think the fans are locked on Udoka, and like if they don't get him, then I think the people will be disappointed. They're like painted into a corner.
Do you think that'll happen though? Do you think
No, because I think we would have heard something about it by now.
Yeah.
Right or no?
No, well,
like an interview.
Well,
I think they
a lot of
him
times when things go dark, you don't know. Like there are a lot of smoke screens that go on in situations like this, and you never know. And then a name will come out of nowhere, and like, wow, we didn't see that one coming.
Mm-hmm.
You know. So who knows? Who knows?
WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Jack Harrington. Neal, be careful. Laker flannel will cringe here talking about the Pistons. Don't worry, Sam Flannel. We'll get to the Lakers in a little bit, okay? Just settle down.
All right.
Just settle down. We're going to get there. DNCENT says NBA Twitter has quickly forgotten who Cade is. Real quick, people asleep on Cade now, aren't they?
I wouldn't. Not here. I don't think people here
nationally.
Are asleep. Yeah, well, nationally, you know how that goes. Until you start winning, then you know nationally they will forget about you. And then he was hurt also, and we're not good. You know,
right?
When we come back to relevance, then people will start understanding how good he really is.
Paul Thomas, where was he here? WoodwardSports.com chat there. Peaceful Tim, Lindsey Hunter for head coach. You have not been interviewed.
No, I haven't.
Okay. Breaking news. No, I'm kidding. I wouldn't put Lindsey in that spot. Number three,
the shooting guard of the Pistons pass break, or the small forward of the Pistons pass break. Bagley or Wiseman? Who do you keep for the long term if you're the Pistons? Because you can't keep them both with Stewart and Duren.
All right, Lindsey, and I'm curious to get your take on this. Mm-hmm. And I'm just an idiot media guy, so you tell me. I think that answer changes based on right here, right now. Do Duren and Wiseman work? Does it work?
Didn't work last year.
Does it work?
Well, I don't think that's a fair question because nothing worked last year.
Okay.
That's a good point.
That is fair.
What I'm saying? So me, I think that's an easy one. I'm keeping Wiseman.
Okay.
That's easy for me. Regardless, I think you keep a young core. I think he has a lot more to his game than we've seen. I think he's still growing, and I think this summer is going to be huge for him. A healthy summer with one organization, learning what he can do within the confines of what the new coach is going to bring. I think he'll be phenomenal. I think his upside is crazy, and he can play in. I like him at the 4. I like him at the 4 because I think he can shoot the ball, he can stretch the defense more. And Duren on the inside does what he does. You know, I love those two guys. I think they can work.
So then you're in. It's because it's got to be Duren and Wiseman then, right? Like it has to be, and they have
definitely
because
unless they get Wemby.
No, then that's what. Mm-hmm. What are we talking about? Look at the lineup that you could have because I would put him at the 3.
And he can play it.
Yeah, he can play the 3. And with his size right now, you do not.
Give him 7'5" 3 out there. I like it though, man.
Because I don't want him in the inside as much as at this age right now. I want to keep him away from that. He's a natural shot blocker. Just that's what he does.
Is it more help side shot blocking? That's like coming in and closing.
Yes, that's what he's good at that. So I put him at the 3 and with my other 2 guards up top, look what you look like, man.
Yeah, I guess the answer for me on that is if you're sold on Durant and Wiseman, then that's your answer. Because I'm on record. I think Jalen Duren. I think Jalen Duren's going to be a star, man. Like I do.
Well, I think he'll be a star in his role. Like I think he'll be a double machine. He'll be one of those guys that can be an all-star in that role. Like a 14 and 12 average guy. Yeah, he can do that.
Pops off for 26 occasionally because he gets 8 dunks.
Exactly.
But you look at that line and he's going to have 20-20. He's going to have 20-20 games.
Yes.
Soon.
Yes.
Soon he's going to have 20-20 games.
Oh yeah.
That's my piece right there. But I said that on draft night. To my credit, I'll break my arm, pat myself on the back. I was a big Jalen Duren guy.
No, he's a monster.
Big Jalen Duren.
He's a monster.
And he looks apart, man, no doubt.
Yep.
All right, the 4. We got the power forward position. The Pistons now have the longest streak in the NBA without a playoff victory after the Kings got the win over the Golden State Warriors. When are they going to snap that streak?
I don't know. Real quick, here's a question. Let's Go Red Wings Sparty says, could Cade be your 3, though? Yes, Cade could play the 3. That's what Lindsey wants him at the 3.
Yeah, well, if we don't get Wembley, if we don't get the big guy, then I wouldn't be opposed to taking Scoop
and having Cade play the 3.
And then slide Cade to the 3.
Because you're going to play 3 guards.
Yep, and Ivy at the 2. I wouldn't have a problem doing that.
We'll discuss that later. As far as the that was pretty sobering when you put that on the sheet. Mm-hmm. That is pretty sobering. I mean, it's correct. I mean, it is correct. But again, the NBA is the toughest. It's the toughest to come back in, man. The Kings have been trying for 20 years since Weber left.
Well, and to their demise, look at their draft picks. They were taking guys that I don't know what they thought. They thought they passed passed on Klay Thompson. They've passed on some guys that could have helped them get back faster.
Everyone passed on Giannis. And look, we can do that. But play that game all day.
But honestly, with the Giannis, I can see why. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody really saw him play like, some of these other guys have been playing, so I can see why. I don't but some of the other picks, man, they took Jimmer Fredette over Klay Thompson.
Right.
Come on, man.
Yeah. Hey, you and I were talking about the Chinese basketball league during the break. That dude lights up the Chinese league, sure. Man. He's making $2 million a year over there.
Hey.
Jimmer Fredette gets buckets.
Long as he's not fixing games like the other guys.
Like other guys are over there. You watch your mouth when you're talking about Jimmer Fredette, Lindsey. You watch your mouth. No, but I guess, again, going back to it, it is a big year for the Pistons. They do have to take a step forward. I think Cade has to be healthy next year, and they do have to win some games. That's fair. Mm-hmm. That's absolutely fair. Number 5,
the Spending Sportsbook, couple over-unders for next year. First, Cade over-under 19.5 points per game.
Yeah, he has to. If we're going to be good.
When you start working backwards, I want to say no initially because you don't know how the role. Like, what position is he playing?
Point guard.
Unless, and Lindsey's playing where they get scooped.
Yeah.
Now he's playing the 3. So definitely he's getting over 20 a game at the 3.
Yeah.
Bojan's still on the team. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, I think that's role dependent. If he's a point guard, do you want your point?
Depends on how they play.
But if they're going to win more games, yes. Okay, let's work backwards. If they win more games next year, yes, he's over 20 points a game.
Right. He has to be. If they have any chance of making the play-in game, he has to average.
Has to.
Yeah, he has
That's
to average
fair.
20 points a game.
All right, we talked that one out.
Yeah. All right, Ivy over under 4.5 assists per game next year.
I say yes because he.
You're going to see a lot of guard rotation.
Yeah. Early on in the season, he struggled making plays out of half court. He was firing that thing all over the place. And as the season ended, he got better. It slowed down for him, and I saw him making plays off pick and roll, making reads. Mm-hmm. And I think he'll only get better. And 4 assists, I think he can get that.
Well, then again, working backwards. Well, Dern will get 8 dunks a game.
Is Ivy going to be playing point guard as much though? That was my take.
In times, yes.
Yeah.
I think at times they'll have a backcourt. They'll have a backcourt committee.
All right, Bogey over under 3.5 3-pointers made a game.
Oh yeah, definitely that.
Who else? I want him to shoot more. I want him to be the only one shooting.
Mm-hmm.
Because through it all,
Alec Burks too.
Yeah, and you do have Burks again next year. I did forget about that because someone asked about it. I would trade Corey Joseph and Bagley for picks. Well, Corey Joseph free agent.
He gone. Thank God.
Spenmo is not a Corey Joseph guy.
I'm not.
I hope so. I hope the answer to that is yes. I want him out there pulling. I want Bojan like me when I play in my church league. Just be a black hole. If the ball comes to me,
just chuck.
It's going up.
Oh, yeah.
No, man, he can't do that.
Yes. Lindsey, yes.
We're trying to win here. We got to have some continuity.
He's your best chance. Him shooting is your best option.
Good shots though.
Sure. Okay, coach.
I don't want him like.
Okay, coach.
I don't want him shot hunting. I don't want him.
You're not Lindsey the player right now. You're Lindsey the coach.
Right,
I like Lindsey the player more. All right, let's round this out. We're late for the break.
Jalen Duren over under 10 rebounds per game.
Star. Star loading. Over 10 rebounds a game. Right?
Oh, yeah, easy.
Okay, easy.
All right, Killian Hayes over under 9.5 points per game.
We can't have it all. Like
9.5? That's not even at all.
No.
In your world, where we
shots,
get scooped.
5 shots.
Oh, yeah, we get scooped. No. He's not. No.
There's no room for him at the end.
Yeah.
Like I talked earlier about being at the right hand of the father, Brad Holmes. There will be no room for Killian at the end if that's the case. Sorry.
I was going to do Killian over under like 40 games played for the Pistons because like if he gets the scissors or something. But I decided for the points per game because he averaged 10.3 this year. But
yeah, he had to play.
Yeah.
He started a lot,
that
too.
same amount of time will not be available. But the Sports Marketing Agency, they're always available. They help spread awareness about mental health and substance abuse. They have a new podcast called This is the S Word. Helps fight the stigma associated with seeking help for your mental challenges. If you're struggling or someone you know is struggling, go to thesportsma.com. Again, thesportsma.com. The Sports Marketing Agency, they're here to help.
You've heard of Gordon Ramsay. You've heard of Bobby Flay. But Thursday night Master Chef Brad Holmes will be in the kitchen with all of the ingredients needed to make a great dish on draft night. Join Woodward Sports for our 3rd annual Woodward Sports Draft Party live at 5th Avenue in Royal Oak. The past 2 years, these parties have been standing room only, so get your tickets early at eventbrite.com. Don't miss out on all the fun with Braylon Edwards, Ryan Ermanni, Neal Ruhl, Darren McCarty, and the entire Woodward Sports crew. The party starts at 7:30 p.m. Don't miss the biggest draft party in the Motor City, brought to you by the biggest network, Woodward Sports.
Introducing the Planet Fitness Guide to getting that post-workout glow. Step 1. What's your why? More epic energy? Better sleep? Blow off steam? Step 2. Join Planet Fitness for just $10 a month and get moving in our clean and spacious clubs. Step 3. Bask in that post-workout glow. Join Planet Fitness today for just $10 a month.
Join today at any of the 50-plus Detroit area locations.
Back at it, coming on the stretch here, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neal Ruhl, Lindsey Hunter, Sam Flannel, Spencer Raxter. Make sure you come on out to 5th Avenue in Royal Oak. Draft night, you know what it is. We put together bangers. We'll have the live broadcast going as well. We topped out at what, like over 50,000 people watching that thing? Mm-hmm. And just to put that into perspective, there were 25,000 people at Ford Field for the Lions draft party.
Yeah, that was pretty wild.
You know what? I'm really proud of that, man. For real. I am. Like, people were locked in. It was great. Playoff edition. Sam Flannel gets to bloviate about the Lakers. Playoff edition. Fast break. Let's get it in.
All right, point guard spot. First question. Who was the more devastating injury that happened in the first game of the first round? Ja Morant or Giannis Antetokounmpo?
Giannis. It's not even close. It's not even close because I'm talking about dudes that have won chips before. I'm talking about MVPs. You take a dude like Giannis out, it's a wrap. They have no shot to win. No shot to win a title. And I don't think Memphis had a shot to win a title anyway. So it's Giannis. No question.
I would say Giannis, but I'm gonna go opposite because I think Giannis will be back before Morant will be back.
I agree.
Okay, and that's fair.
Because Giannis, this happened to Giannis that year. He hurt his knee, and then he came back and destroyed everybody. But the way Ja Morant was kind of carrying on after the game, I don't think he wants any more smoke.
He wants out? You saying he wants out?
Hey, I'm just saying what I saw.
Okay, that's fair. It is a different level, though. You and I were talking about this before the show. Like, the playoffs is when it gets real. People can talk that talk about usage and, regular season games and all that kind of stuff. It's real now. They're playing for real out there. Yep. Just like the NHL playoffs, they're playing for real.
I want to see Sam Flannel get fired up for a second. Did you see Brandon Katz said Memphis is better than the Lakers without Morant. The Lakers only won because Hachimura couldn't miss a shot.
That's asinine. Then they would have the 2 best players in the series by a mile. I get it. Hachimura went off. That was incredible. That's why you sign a guy like that. And Austin Reeves also went nuclear as well. But that's the point. They have guys around LeBron that can shoot. They added a defensive presence in Jared Vanderbilt. Anthony Davis is healthy. That's a bad take, bruh.
Anthony Davis is half healthy. We thought he was going down for a second.
Yeah, I held my breath. I held my breath for a little bit.
The series is young, though. The series is young for Data Davis.
My guy, Jaren Jackson, went off in that game.
Oh, man,
I know.
He was hooping.
I love that guy, man.
He was hooping. But he can't stay healthy either.
Yeah.
If only he were good enough to play against Syracuse.
I know. If only he was better than Ben Carter.
Yeah, but he's not. Imagine what Ben Carter would have done in the game yesterday.
I hate Ben Carter. All right, next question. The two-guard of the playoffs edition. If the Suns don't win the chip, whose legacy takes a bigger hit? Kevin Durant or Chris Paul?
Oh, KD's going to wear it all. He's going to wear it all. Lindsey.
Why?
You know why. You know why. The clapping back on Twitter, the bouncing back and forth on teams,
but he's always
getting hurt in the layup line.
Oh, come
That's
on.
why.
No.
Lindsey.
You see Chris Paul's line last night?
Lindsey, I'm not saying
Did you see Chris Paul's line?
I'm not saying it's fair. That's the way it's going to go down.
No, it's not going to
yes,
go
it
down
is.
that way because he's won chips. He got two MVPs.
I know, but
matter.
he doesn't. It's different for him.
And that dude, and that dude, everybody know, he's the second best scorer of all time.
Both things can be true, my friend.
Yeah, but I don't think,
I love Kevin Durant.
But I don't think he'll take. It doesn't. I don't. If they lose, I don't think it'll be his fault. Like,
it'll only be his fault.
No,
Lindsey.
No.
Because what's changed?
Chris Paul has changed. He's going down and down and down and down.
Right, but I'm saying, though, versus last year's team,
Dude,
what changed?
Think about it. They have no depth right now. They have no depth. Once they start subbing, putting guys in the game, and you look out there, you go, who are they playing with now?
Wait. Rad in the Big D in the WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Chris Paul is the most overrated point guard of all time. Wait a minute, Rad. I had you people out there last year telling me he was better than Isaiah Thomas. You guys remember those shows?
I do.
Remember that?
Yeah.
You remember the people that were saying that?
Spoke such blasphemous.
People were in here. People were on Twitter saying it. They were running this blasphemy that Chris Paul is a better player than Isaiah Thomas. I wasn't having it. I'm not having it today.
They were talking about the Isaiah from Sacramento in Boston, right?
No. They were talking about the GOAT, Zeke. They were trying to run that game.
The GOAT, top three.
He's talking about
pound for pound.
Yeah, he's talking
the
about
greatest player to ever play this game. Pound for pound. Pound for pound. No, Isaiah was better than Iverson, my friend. Yes. Don't do that, Spenny.
No. I think Zeke is better, but pound for pound.
Zeke is better than Allen Iverson. Pound for pound, in reality, winning championships, turning over a franchise, any metric you want to use, he's better than Allen Iverson. I know he didn't cross over Jordan and make the jump shot.
Yeah,
I know that's what everybody goes by. I go by this silly thing, like taking over a franchise where there's 900 people in the Silverdome watching the games with nobody. It was a death sentence for a player to go there and lifting up a franchise, a city, and winning back-to-back championships in the greatest time in the history of the NBA, beating the greatest players to ever play the game. That's what Isaiah Thomas did. So stop with the Iverson comparison.
So I was just saying, pound for pound, Zeke is, pound for pound, I put Curry up there too. Like,
no doubt.
He changed the game of basketball and won.
That's fair.
4 championships. Like,
and that's fair.
One Finals MVP.
Draymond should have got a Finals MVP too. But the NBA's rigged. Draymond. When he got the 3-1 series, when he was suspended for that last game. If he didn't get suspended for that game, they would have won, and he would have won Finals MVP. He was averaging like 25, 12, 14, and 3 blocks.
And what was Curry averaging?
Curry was terrible in that series.
No,
come on.
Yes,
he was. No. He shit down his leg in the last 3 games, bro.
Shut it up. I'm not going to let you do it. Because everybody always tries to say, he was terrible. Go look at his numbers.
We're not talking about 2015. We're talking about 2016 where they fucking blew the 3-1 lead, bro. Come on.
Go look at the numbers.
We're not talking about 2016.
I'm not talking about 2016. Go look at the numbers.
Oh, my God.
Your numbers, guys.
6 or 19 against 7, bro.
You're analytical anus. Go look it up. Go look it up. Everybody always want to give Steph this crap. Go look at his finals numbers. Go look them up. You're a numbers guy. I'll give you my calculator. Tap it up.
I'll tell you what, they're nowhere as good as LeBron's or MJ's or anybody like that.
No, but he got 4.
He got 1 Finals MVP.
That's because you guys gave Iggy one because he had 22 points, and he so-called guarded LeBron. Oh, you think Iggy deserved that Finals MVP?
LeBron deserved that Finals MVP.
He lost. Losers don't get nothing. They don't get invited to the White House. Cut that shit out.
Hey, you guys, look, real quick. I want to talk about this. Props due in the WoodwardSports.com chat thread. I think this is relevant. Says, Sam's going hard on the bras today.
You are going hard on the bras.
You are. You notice that?
Yes, he always does.
He is. How many more we got left? Can we squeeze him in?
Yeah, we can squeeze him in. All right.
Number 3.
Who do you think is more important player to their team, Jalen Brown or James Harden?
Jalen Brown, because they're in the mix to win a championship. This is that time of year. It's playoff time.
I love Jalen Brown. Because I think he's one of those guys. I think it's James Harden because he never shows up.
Well, I was told Joel Embiid is so awesome, and I was told Joel Embiid is better than Nikola Jokic. That's what I was told.
He was better
so
this year.
So you don't need James Harden. You got Joel Embiid if he
James
plays.
Harden,
They're comparable, Jokic and Embiid.
Then he doesn't need James Harden.
Embiid's a much better defender.
Yeah, he's way better defender.
Wait a minute.
Come on, do you really expect Joel Embiid to win a championship by himself?
People expect that out of Jokic.
They got Jamal Murray and Michael Porter Jr. Come on,
they
you act like they're
got better
scrubs.
pieces.
Wait a minute. It's Joel Embiid.
Nobody wins a championship alone, Neal. Literally nobody.
Yeah, you remember that the next time you have that Curry slander.
Yeah, Kevin Durant didn't have anything to do with that. Nothing.
We didn't say Kevin. We weren't talking about Kevin Durant.
All right, next one.
Next one. Who will average more points in this series, Steph Curry or De'Aaron Fox?
De'Aaron Fox.
He got a 40 burger.
Here's what I like about the Kings being in the playoffs. De'Aaron Fox finally. And he was relegated. Look, I tell you guys, I watch a lot of West Coast games and stuff like that. The Kings have always been kind of like a weird B team for me, always.
Yeah.
Even back with Reggie Theus when I was a little kid. And I thought it was cool their names were under the numbers. De'Aaron Fox is getting that stage now, and people are going to learn.
Yeah.
He can ball.
Well, here's the thing. If you go back and watch when he played against the Ball brother in college, he demolished him. He sent a message right there letting everybody know that, okay, y'all keep saying he's the best point guard in the draft. I'm going to destroy him.
He locked him up, too.
He locked him up, and he gave him 39.
Yeah.
So this is nothing new for this kid. It's just the fact that he's in a little market and Sacramento's been irrelevant. But now, when he gets some help out there, we see, like, no, he is the real deal.
WoodwardSports.com chat thread real quick. Suyu says Fox has to score 35-40 a night on a good percentage for them to even have a chance, and that's fair.
Yeah, that's true.
That is a Suyu. That is a great call, but I think he can do it.
Yeah,
and so if he does do it, give the man his flowers.
Here's the thing, though. Even if he gets 35-40 a night, somebody else has to play big. Like somebody else has, like just like they got the other night. They had two guys. Monk had 39.
Yeah.
Can they keep that up?
I wanted the Pistons to draft Monk that year, too.
Yeah, me too.
I did. All right, well, last one.
All right, last one. I'm changing it, actually, from what I put. You get one player for your 7-game series to lead your team. Who are you taking? Nikola Jokic, Joel Embiid, or Kawhi Leonard?
Oh.
One player in this finals, you're saying?
In this playoffs right now, one player for your 7-game series.
I'm taking Kawhi.
Yeah, I got the data.
I'm taking Kawhi.
It hurts me to do that. I'm a Jokic slappy. I wear his jersey when I go to the beach.
Yeah,
I have
and you taking him?
I can't. I got data on Kawhi. Kawhi's done it.
Okay.
And he looked like the best player in the playoffs.
Who you taking, Flannel?
In the first game?
Kawhi.
Okay.
When it's all on the line, Kawhi just goes to a different place.
I think he showed everybody last night. Like, no, don't forget about me.
I'm still in this. I'm still in this. Yeah.
And what I really loved about it, he guarded KD and KD guarded him. Like they went mano-a-mano.
Yeah.
Like
that was dope.
I love that.
I know. I'm sad it was so late.
Mm-hmm.
They got to do a better job. You got to put that game on at 8.
Yeah, and then you got that blowout in the game after it. It was, 30 points.
That game's got to be over by 8 o'clock. You got to play that game at 6.
Bad.
Yeah, Jokic didn't even have to do anything. They still won by 30.
He fouled out and he played 7 minutes in the second half, and they still won by 30.
Yeah. So good for him. Good for him, I guess. Hey, we're talking about MVPs. Who's the haircutting MVP?
That would be Lady Jane's, of course. Walk into any Lady Jane's for an award-winning haircut experience and automatically enter for your chance to win not one, but 2 vehicles of your choice, courtesy of Les Stanford, Buick GMC, or Ferndale. That's right, 2 cars. One for you and one for your wife, girlfriend, or best bud. Lady Jane's open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on Shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids, all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
You don't have to go to the beach, man. You don't have to get your butt crack full of sand. You just need a little chili peppers, man, to get that glowing beach chili peppers tan.
Join the Pepper Club for all the best deals in town. Plus, they will beat all competitors by $5. ChiliPeppersTanning.com. Hottest bulbs, hottest deals, darkest tans. Your vitamin D headquarters.
You just need a little chili peppers, man.
Can't get enough Woodward Sports content? Head over to woodwardsports.com right now for up-to-date sports articles and great entertainment news. We have the best writers, bloggers, and coverage all at your fingertips. Head to woodwardsports.com right now to experience all Woodward Sports has to offer.
Coming on the stretch here, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. Neal Ruhl, Lindsey Hunter, Sam Flannel, Spencer Raxter here with you. The woodwardsports.com chat thread. Appreciate everybody tapping into that. Subscribe to the Big D Energy podcast wherever you get them. iTunes, Spotify, Spreaker. Give us a 5-star review too if you would be so cool to do that. We're gonna have a bonus edition of this because I think we can make this work because I have a couple questions. We're gonna do Ask Lindsey. Anything you ever wanted to know about Lynn. Lindsey's cool. Like he'll literally answer anything that you ask him. You are like brutally honest all the time, man.
Am I?
Yeah, you are. Yeah. No, I mean, like, you keep it real.
Yes.
All right. First one I want to know. This comes from Neal in Washington Township. Hey, Lindsey, big fan. Remember when you guys won the championship? That was fun. How did you find out you got traded? Because you know how today, like, guys will be, hey, I found out on Twitter like everybody else found out, or a writer told me, or something like that. Were you, in your time, did they still, like, you know, call you on the phone and say, hey, you got traded or not?
Well, luckily, when I got traded, I asked to be traded. So I was,
okay.
I was like, you know, I kind of knew what was going on. But I have had guys I knew that found out, like, from somebody. Or there was even a time when a guy got traded when he was sitting on the opposing bench. Traded to the other team. And left and went to the other team locker room. Like, that's some of the crazy stuff I ever heard. That happened to Robert Horry.
That's crazy.
That is crazy. WoodwardSports.com chat thread, Ask Lindsey. Lindsey, tougher to cover, Zeke or Joe Dumars?
I mean, I never really had to guard either one. Like,
cause, practice, per se?
Yeah, but that was at the end, you know?
Practice wasn't. They just showed up for practice.
Yeah, they were at the end of it. But there was one practice that me and Zeke went at it, though. Like, we went at it. I think I gained his respect because he was like, okay, we can't do that every day, young fella. But Zeke was always my favorite. Like, I always, you know, because I was a small guard, and I thought, like, Zeke was always the best to me. Like, ball handling, toughness, ability to do everything as a small guard.
Yeah.
It's always the best to me.
I'll modify this one. Wyatt Bear says, Lindsey, what's the most expensive thing that you consumed? I'll kind of modify that. What was the most expensive thing you bought when you got your first NBA contract?
Oh, I'm like, consumed. What? Most expensive thing. Well, when I first got my contract, I don't think I bought anything expensive, but when I won the championship, I did buy a Ferrari with my bonus check.
Hell yeah.
When I got that bonus check, I was like, Oh, yeah. Party
Bought
time.
that Ferrari?
Yeah. Yeah, I bought a Ferrari.
What was it like driving it down Woodward or whatever? Like, were you nervous when you have a Ferrari, a 6-figure car? You like nervous, like driving it down the street or parking in a parking lot? Do you park it in a parking lot? Like,
you park away from everybody, man.
Do you? So you do that? Like, go right to the back of the parking lot?
Far away by itself.
Take up 4 spaces, like park it diagonally so no one else could park there.
Yeah, I would. But I was all over the place in that car.
Yeah.
All over Detroit.
What's the fastest you ever got it up to?
I'm not speaking.
All right. I figured I would slide it in there just real quick because he was comfortable.
No, but I told that story on the morning show, didn't I, Flannel? Remember when I was speeding on the highway?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And my buddy was a police officer. They were doing an undercover sting on the highway, and I flew by him. And they called, I guess they called my tags in, and my buddy was a police officer, called me, was like, where are you going that fast? And I was like, what? He was like, yeah, the police saw you fly by them. They were doing a drug bust, and you just happened to zoom by, but they just let you go.
Oh, man. Mike G says, ask Lindsey. When you got pick and rolled by Utah, who did you hate more, Stockton or Malone?
Both. Dude, I told a story about me grabbing Stockton around the neck because of the elbows. And
I want video of that. I want to see that.
Dude, they were so dirty.
Thank you. Thank you for that.
They were so dirty. Illegal screens, Karl Malone sticking his knees out, Stockton throwing elbows. Like, it was flat out dirty.
That would make me feel good to see that video. So we'll see if we can rustle that up.
Somebody said I hated them both.
Yeah. No, I did too. All right, TUSC. Lindsey, who's a better point guard, Isaiah Thomas or John Stockton?
Isaiah Thomas.
Yeah, come on.
Not even
Thank
close.
you.
I mean, I love Stockton. He was great. He was dirty, but he was great.
Yeah.
But Isaiah way better.
There you go. Oh, hey, let me tell you about Cintron. That's right. We're going to roll with another bonus segment of Ask Lindsey because I got a couple more here that I want to get to as well after I talk to you about Cintron, the official energy drink of the Red Wings, exclusively served at Little Caesars Arena. Also, and right now they have an exclusive offer for Woodward Sports fans. The Red Wings themed 6-pack sampler box, $15, free shipping. Boom. Delivered right to your door. Guys, this is goated in the energy game. Sticks as well. Suitable for vegans if that's your thing. It is gluten-free, no preservatives, no aspartame, no added sugars as well. None of the junk, guys. Good, clean energy drink from Cintron. Again, free shipping, $15. The 6-pack Red Wing sampler box delivered to your door. It's pretty simple. Go to drinkcintron.com/Woodward. drinkcintron.com/Woodward. You can try the classic sugar-free on the cranberry. So you know what? Why wait? One more time. drinkcintron.com/Woodward. $15, free shipping. You're in there. Drink it. Live it with Cintron.
You've heard of Gordon Ramsay. You've heard of Bobby Flay. But Thursday night Master Chef Brad Holmes will be in the kitchen with all of the ingredients needed to make a great dish on draft night. Join Woodward Sports for our 3rd annual Woodward Sports Draft Party live at 5th Avenue in Royal Oak. The past 2 years, these parties have been standing room only, so get your tickets early at eventbrite.com. Don't miss out on all the fun with Braylon Edwards, Ryan Ermanni, Neal Ruhl, Darren McCarty, and the entire Woodward Sports crew. The party starts at 7:30 p.m. Don't miss the biggest draft party in the Motor City, brought to you by the biggest network, Woodward Sports.
The sports marketing agency would not be who we are without great community partners like Higuera Health and Carol Zuniga.
It's an awesome opportunity to partner with your organization. Higuera Health is a comprehensive behavioral health organization. We serve children through older adults with mental health, substance use, and developmental disabilities across Western Wayne counties, and really excited to now be in downriver communities as well. Give us a call at 734-458-4601.
Neal Ruhl here. You're tired of feeling depressed, unmotivated, being tired, low sex drive, muscle loss, belly fat building up, testosterone optimization therapy is a safe and effective way to restore your vitality, your confidence, your performance, and reduce your risk for heart disease. Go to CustomHealthCenters.com today. That's CustomHealthCenters.com today. Call 877-965-0910. 877-965-0910. It is Custom Health Centers. Final segment of the show, a little bonus edition of Ask Lindsey. Neal, Ruhl, Lindsey Hunter here with you. Sam Flannel, Spencer Raxter, also Kirk Ford. 1 week before the draft, and you guys are talking NBA. Yes, Kirk, because we spent the first 70 minutes of the show talking about the NFL. You know what sounds good for you, Kirk? The Big D Energy podcast page. Go to iTunes, Spotify, SoundCloud. You can get it right there. Rewind, fast forward. All of it is right there for you, Kirk. Appreciate you tapping in to the show, my friend. Got a couple of these here. Got two of them from Dan in Sterling Heights. Lindsey wants to know, number one, was Isaiah a good mentor for you your rookie year before he retired?
A very good mentor. He did a lot for me. I was really sad when he didn't return. I think that hurt the franchise. Not only me, but it hurt the franchise a lot. So he helped me a lot.
Yeah.
A lot. Yep.
Because we were talking about before we went on the air, like Isaiah gets shortchanged, I think, in the pantheon of players because he didn't play till he was, 35, 37. Build up, those numbers that you get at the end, where they go on your career total, so it makes your career totals look better. Right. And he was quoted that in the 30 for 30 and said, literally, I had nothing left to give. I had given it all, physically, spiritually, emotionally, all of it. He emptied when he played, because we were talking about, you're seeing all these guys get hurt in the playoffs now. Isaiah Thomas was one that literally gave everything he had to give. It was over.
Well, you got to understand, and if you look back and look at the numbers, look at those guys, look at the time, look at their playing, look at their minutes throughout the season. Look how many games they played, and a lot of those guys played through injuries if they could.
Right.
And
commercial flights to Utah.
Right.
After being in Portland.
And the thing about it, you play 82 games for 7-8 years. Well, that doesn't happen now.
Right.
And not counting playoffs and counting, winning championships and Olympics and all that stuff. So those guys, man, they wear and tear was, brutal on those guys' body. So they couldn't,
Dan also want to know, did Rasheed address the team after the Game 5 loss for leaving Ori open? Did he take accountability for it?
Oh, come on, man. Wait a minute. This is a thorn in my side. I hate that situation. Yeah, he did. He said it was my fault. But, as a team, when things like that happen, of course you're devastated at the time. But then you shake it off and you look at your brother and go, no, dude, we win, we lose together.
Because, and D-Mac's big on this, I would assume it's the same for you, a lot of locker rooms I've been in. It's always intrigued me the way that you guys, the first thing you'll say, and it's not like being a fake teammate or whatever, You'll say, well, in the second quarter, I lost the back screen.
Yeah.
And, my guy was wide open for a layup. I don't lose that back screen. They're not down one. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like,
because you could go back within a game and find a bunch of mistakes that we all made that attributed to us being in that situation.
Right.
So it's never just one guy's fault. A play like that gets highlighted because it's such a big play, and people look at it and go, "Man, that cost the game." No, that didn't cost the game because we never should have been in that situation. You know?
And it is, and it's out there. Mike G. asked Lindsey, is Juwan Howard the right guy in Ann Arbor?
Flannel wouldn't say he was.
Well, I mean, the way he's reshaped this roster through the transfer portal, if guys like Caleb Love and Trey Jackson hit and they make the tournament and make some noise, then he would have redeemed himself. As of right now, I'd say no.
As I was saying. I think he is. I think he just needs some time. And college basketball has transformed with the transfer portal, with NILs. Things are different now. So, and I know a lot of the blue bloods don't like it because you have teams now that can compete with those guys because they can get players to come, to FAU and San Diego State and Miami and some of the schools that haven't been known to compete in Final Fours. So it's different now.
Last one here, real quick. Who's the greatest basketball player of all time? This is like a compilation of a bunch of questions.
Right. I mean, do I even have to say this? I mean, is it even a question? Not even close. It's MJ. MJ all day. It ain't even close.
And you know what? The case you made for it was one of the more compelling cases I ever heard. And it was very simple. Listen to this, Sam Flannel. Give it to him. Give it to him.
Well, and I have to tell the youngsters this all the time. I said, I've been around a lot of great players. I said, but for a guy to have been the best defender and the best scorer in the same season, and on top of that, he led the league in scoring.
Right.
I said, just those three things alone. How could you even argue? Like, how do you argue that? And he was playing 82 games at 35 plus minutes a night, and it went up in the playoffs. And he three-peated twice. Come on, man.
My player does that every year.
So you have to create a player to do that.
Say, I love MJ. I think him and LeBron are about as neck and neck.
Wait, Sam, you know what? You my guy. I love you. But let's not mention those two in the same breath, okay?
Same
LeBron.
breath?
Yeah,
come on.
Don't do that.
Come on.
Don't do that.
Then you're saying Michael Jordan is just head and shoulders above everybody then?
That's what I'm saying. There's Michael Jordan and there's everybody else.
I think it's MJ, LeBron, and everybody else.
If you ask 100 NBA players, 80 of them will say there's MJ and then there's us.
I think it depends on the era, right?
No.
Maybe your era,
No,
yeah.
now.
I don't think
they
so.
did it already. Look it up.
It's the shoes, too. The younger generation gives them the juice because of the shoes.
Yeah.
I'm serious, man.
And the propaganda.
What propaganda?
Sure.
What's the propaganda?
The six championships and
What's
stuff, I guess.
What's the propaganda?
That he never did anything wrong in his entire career. His career was 6 years long.
You're the only one that
Nobody
says
gives
that.
him any crap about losing to the Pistons 3 times in a row.
Yes, they do
no,
all
they
the
don't.
time.
They give LeBron more crap about having great finals performances in 2017 and 2018 and
Well,
losing.
that's because he always tried to stack his teams. There's the only way he gets that. And is that a
That is
fact?
the one thing I do vibe with, that MJ gets credit for losing and LeBron gets penalized for winning.
Well, it's just,
against the Pistons, as a matter of
Absolutely.
fact. When he beat that Pistons team and scored 100 points in a row in the third quarter.
Easy, Neal.
Well, I'm saying, though.
He didn't score 100.
He took, sorry, 25.
Okay.
But he took that roster. Go back and look at that roster. He took that roster to the NBA Finals. He had business.
Relax. He had more.
Well, the
Williams.
NBA, the NBA had a little hand in that, but I'm going to keep that to myself.
All right. Well, that's a
Big
good
Z.
place to stop. That is a good place to stop. Lindsey and I will
goats
be
on
back
there.
at it tomorrow for Spencer Raxter, Sam Flannel, and NBA World Champion Lindsey Hunter. My name is Neal Ruhl. Thanks for tapping in to Big D Energy on the Woodward Sports Network. Well, see you later.
Peace.